watch me win. I'm going
like you. Ain't no drama, only venom when I get my dues. Respect, I'm the next tycoon. Got a pad full of greens, couple M's my soon. Non-believer, do you see the confidence? Got some people waiting for me on the fence. I live here but never see me on the fence. Best believe that when I win it's common sense. I'm designed to fly, defeat all demise. The best me, no fear, no compromise. 100 degrees, I breathe more to life. You should disconnect and throw in the wires. And a hand that's in this. Gotta back it up a high percentage. Got a heart in my sleeve non-stop. Stepping up to the seat, more shots. Getting those I'm alive, unleashed in the fire. Out in the wild, you can never stop me. Watch me dive and free, and it's my time. Up in the stars, you'll never forget me. But not holding back on the side. Only get better with time. Ready to own what is mine tonight. I'm alive, unleashed in the fire. Out in the wild, you can never stop me. Yeah, I never wait up. Flowers say so they coming on the way up. A true fighter's what they always been afraid of. Cards had it close on my circle when I lay up. Switch the game every quarter like a time zone. Aim for the bus, tryna build up to this mind zone. Pave the way with only items that I might own. Imagine what I'm about to do, be an icon. Ain't a problem, just the haters that I might know. It's a night show, the way I'm about to make a movie with these lights. No, they wanna be like me, they can try. All gold, everything when I write. Can repeat it, every legend gotta fight. A new world, when I flip, make it tight. Ain't nobody doing minutes how I like. Seat buckled up, going up like a bike. I'm alive, unleashed in the fire. Out in the wild, up in the sky, into the light. Watch me dive and free, and it's my time. Up in the stars, with every stride, our future's bright. Cause I'm on to the next. The way I shape shifts makes them call me a threat. Running on this path, never done, no regrets. There is nothing you can do when the face on the set. You're in front of the best. Different league if you wanna get to me. I give him pedigree. Yeah, I only got a picture on a centerpiece. I'm alive, unleashed in the fire. Out in the wild, you can never stop me. Watch me dive and free, and it's my time. Up in the stars, you'll never forget me. But not holding back on the side. Only get better with time. Ready to own what is mine tonight. I'm alive, unleashed in the fire. Out in the wild, you can never stop me.
One touch from you takes me to paradise, paradise. One look from you and I fall in your arms, in your arms. Baby, don't stop, baby, don't stop, baby, don't stop it. And give me your love, give me your love, give me your loving. Say that you want, say that you want, say that you want it. Cause this is my love, this is my love. Something about you feels like heaven came along. Baby, can you feel it? Can you feel it? Something that you do makes me feel like we belong. Baby, can you feel it? Can you feel One kiss from you is like a fantasy, fantasy. It's like you go beyond my wildest dream, wildest dream. Baby, don't stop, baby, don't stop, baby, don't stop it. And give me your love, give me your love, give me your loving. Say that you want, say that you want, say that you want it. Cause this is my love, this is my love. Something about you feels like heaven came along. Baby, can you feel it? Can you feel it? Something that you do makes me feel like we belong. Baby, can you feel it? Can you feel it? I don't know why we parted. I don't know what went wrong. I just know that I want your body here with me tonight. With me tonight. You know what I need, know just where to touch. Make me feel like I can't explain. Oh no, don't you leave, it's just a bit of fun. You know how to drive me insane. I know it shouldn't feel right, but baby, don't go. Just love me all night. Just love me all night. 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 All night. Tell me you want me, baby. Tell me I'm not alone. Tell me you wanna be with me tonight. With me tonight. With me tonight. You know what I need, know just where to touch. Make me feel like I can't explain. Oh no, don't you leave, it's just a bit of fun. You know how to drive me insane. I know it shouldn't feel right, but baby, don't go. Just love me all night. Just love me all night. 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 All night. It shouldn't feel right, but baby, don't go. Just love me all night. Just love me all night. 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 All night.
Don't need no thing. Ain't into bling. Just use enough. You fill me up. I don't care for diamond rings. I just crave the simple things, 'cause that's what I want. That's what I want. I don't need no fancy
what you wanna tell me. Tell me about the time that we felt fate. Turn your eye on the halo that you give yourself daily. Give me a new ending, cause I'm running free tonight. Don't regret our story, wanna love and live my life. Always talking about where we'll be, gonna move out of the city. Spending our time daydreaming, living our life like a movie. I'm the only one who can make me whole. Pick me up, I'm the only one. Gonna ride this feeling and write a new beginning. I don't wanna pretend that everything I wanted was gone in the end. And I don't wanna pretend again. And I don't need to pretend I'm living in this moment, I'm living my best. Cause I don't need to.
I will not be restrained. My potential is limitless. Immense power is fun. You should try it sometime.
Feel the thorns embrace. Death is in bloom. None will escape my grasp.
This will be quite the deadly spectacle. My home is in the cosmos, amongst my stars. Stars are not born, they are made by me.
Let's go. Sicker than the wizard with a top hat. So heavy when I drop it like a backpack. Chit chat, best stick it in a WhatsApp. Looking at the glitter in your Snapchat. What's that? You break like a plate in an earthquake on the first day, like clown at birthday. Too late, gotta wait for the first one.
牛啊，这个球！菜呢？
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another day here at the Wild Rift League Asia playoffs. I'm Cheetah, and coming at you with me is Giyang, and another team is going to fall off the map today.
Woo! it only goes that way. No other options is for the other teams but to clash against each other to get a chance to qualify for the next part of the server, which is going to be the lower bracket finals, because this is Thunder Talk versus FPX. FPX yesterday had an amazing performance against Trace Esports, has handed over them basically a one-sided beatdown in that series. Thunder Talk, after losing to Keepes Gaming, has redeemed themselves, but has to redeem themselves even more after they win Esports, because right now they're one step away from their last match, which is the lower bracket finals, in which they are going to be waiting to whoever's going to be dropping between Keepes Gaming and EDG if they win the series.
Absolutely, and right now, Fun Plus Phoenix, they do have that playoffs buff, and this is how the playoffs are going to work, and it is basically it's a double elimination. But there are 4 teams that did start at the bottom, which were Nova Esports, Woohoo Gaming, Fun Plus Phoenix, and Weibo. The only one left out of those 4 is Fun Plus Phoenix, and they have beaten some incredibly skilled teams, especially in their match against Trace Esports, where they did get that 4-1. And I don't think anybody was really expecting Trace Esports to really lose that hard against FPX, considering how well they did in the regular season. Yeah, but now it is Thunder Talk that is going to be the challenger to FPX here.
True. Trace Esports has been incredible during the regular season. In the group stages, has had an 8-game win streak, was taken down by EDG, but the patch definitely has affected them more than they anticipated to, and it led them to lose against FPX yesterday. Now Thunder Talk is looking to redeem themselves after their win against Nova Esports, because Nova also was hit majority by that patch as well. Long wasn't able to carry as much as he wanted to, and was handed over with a one-sided beatdown by Thunder Talk as well in most of the games that they've won too. And now meeting against FPX, one of the most aggressive teams as well, basically is the baby of EDG, and was able to beat EDG as well during the start of the group stages. Will battle against Thunder Talk as well. This is going to be a heavy clash. Only one will survive.
Yeah, and speaking of surviving, Thunder Talk, they do want to be those survivors. But yeah, the patch kind of hit those carry junglers pretty hard. So X, by a lot of expectations on him, he has to really perform well on a jungler that may not be a carry jungler, but because FPX, their playstyle is a lot more aggressive, and they're really good with just having Xingdao on that engaged / tanky jungler role. This patch has been really serving them well.
Interesting. It looks like it is still going to be Chenzi as a support here on the side of Thunder Talk as well. FPX still with the same composition. Xingdao 7 has been incredible yesterday as well, and it really helped FPX defeat their opponent as well, and Trace Esports wasn't able to really recover in that series, unfortunately. And here's the stats as well. FPX having better standings on the first Dragon, first Herald as well. Thunder Talk still maintains relatively good stats on the first tower. However, FPX though, on blue side, seems to be almost unstoppable.
Yeah, and because of their kind of unstoppable role, as you said, they have I think they have a pretty good chance of making it to that lower bracket semifinals, even if they go up against one of the really strong teams in that lower bracket final. Unless it's EDG that dropped down, they actually may have a good chance against Keepes Gaming. But of course, they have to get through Thunder Talk today. And here are the stats. A lot of first Herald, first Tower, first Dragon stats for FPX. But Thunder Talk, they really do like just getting that first tower a lot of the time. But yeah, as you said, the blue side win rate is insane for FPX. 6 out of their 7 games.
Yeah, and it's just the 4th game that they've had against Trace Esports in which they lost on blue side. It was an incredible feat by Trace Esports because it was basically a one-sided contested game. But let's see here in the series. We'll go to the stage for a host introduction and sit back
欢迎各
and
位收
relax.
看英雄联盟手游职业联赛 WRLA， 我是优后。今天我们即将迎来季后赛败者组第3轮的对决 ，Thunder Talk Gaming 对阵 FunPlus Phoenix。常规赛第1的 TT 面对势头正盛的 FunPlus， 雷霆与烈焰的碰撞，谁能更进一步？一切即将揭晓。Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Wild Rift League Asia. This is Yoho. Today we are going to have the round 3 of the lower bracket of CM, which is Thunder Talk Gaming versus FunPlus Phoenix. Could the Phoenix break through the Thunderstorm? We'll see in a minute. Now, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Thunder Talk Gaming and FunPlus Phoenix.
听说超市空的大脑，但我们有乐一的替补。
呀，这不是常规赛第1的 TT 吗？还以为只能在决赛碰到你们呢，没想到你们只是纸老虎罢了。
Short and sweet on both sides. Let's see though, which one will actually deliver the better performance here in this series. Will it be Thunder Talk or FPX? So far, both teams has great momentum on their side. Both of them had a one-sided beatdown or delivered a one-sided beatdown in their previous opponent. Both of them served a 4-0 win in their last series.
Yeah, and maybe today will be no different, though. I think it's going to be a lot more competitive between these two. Just because, you know, neither of them want to go home. This is the last chance for both of these teams. You saw in that little trash talk session, they were smiling, but you could see the nervous laughter because all of these players know that if they do not perform, then it's goodbye to the WRLA and their chances of making it to that grand final. So a lot is on the line for both FPX and Thunder Talk.
And speaking of performance as well, looking at Shin's record, he has performed significantly well in their previous match against Nova Esports. He did spam a lot of Aatrox as well during their match. Might be a good indication that he's gonna do the same thing here in the series as well. Now looking at Don128, he oftentimes loves picking up the Renekton. Did try out the Garrett as well, but didn't really get a win during that series. It was a bit of a reckless move by FPX, to be honest. But rest assured, he's going to be giving a good fight against Shin.
Ooh, handshake.
Wow.
Like that. That's kind of...
They don't want to go. Pulling each other towards the underside.
That's funny. I thought it was just going to be a good handshake, but no. Come here.
That was cute. That was cute, to be honest. Chenzi and Chao.
两支队伍现已集结完毕，让我们即刻进入召唤师峡谷。All the players are getting ready. Let's start into the wild.
Yeah, and as our host said, let's dive right into the wild. Of course, we will have the fight for side for the very first warm-up game of the day. Of course, this is not as impactful in a best of 7 as, you know, it would be in, say, you know, the regular season where it was best of 3s, but it's still a good momentum starter for both of these teams, a little bit of a warm-up, if you will, and, you know, if FPX do win it, they get that blue side advantage and they are able to take that first game. That will shake the confidence of Thunder Talk going forward in the series.
Yeah, I'm so excited which one will actually get blue side because FPX, they do want to secure that. Thunder Talk as well is interested in picking blue side as well in case they do decide or they are given the decision to pick whichever side they actually want to start here in the series. Momentum wise, both of these teams want to get that one as well on their side, which is going to be very important. It's so difficult to stop the momentum of FPX. Oftentimes, we see them a little bit reckless during the group stages, but in the playoffs, they have been very meticulous in all of their strategies. They're very confident as well. It's like seeing EDG just with the color red as FPX goes with their notorious side as well on blue side.
Oh, actually, yeah. It will, yeah, my bad. There was no fight for side. This is the playoffs,
yeah.
So, yeah, my bad.
Yeah,
I got so used to the regular season, you know. I got so used to it.
And we missed you too, man.
Yeah, I missed you, man. I was gone for a week. I was doing some other Riot games, but now we're back. Wild Rift is the way. So, of course, the junglers, even though they were being targeted by the patch, it was mostly the carry junglers that kind of got the axe there. So Shen's still going to be a decent ban here. Evelyn's still terrorizing the Wild Rift here. But we are going to see some more varied bans like Sivir, who just does so much for her team, so much utility, especially towards the later phases of the game. So very, very well deserving of a ban here.
Yeah, I like that you mentioned utility because oftentimes when we see a Sivir, there is a Sona as well. If you ban the Sivir, basically you ban the Sona as well. ThunderTalk has been very interested in that since they do pick up the Aatrox and put it in the Baron lane in order to utilize and threaten for a Hecarim, Aatrox, 2-pick Prio as they are on red side. Both of which are going to be cancelled here by FPX since they banned out the Hecarim, they banned out the Sivir. They can threaten for a first pick Aatrox as well. So ThunderTalk bans it immediately.
Exactly. There's no Aatrox available, but as we were talking about Sona, Sona is still up, still very decent at this point.
Ooh.
But it will be the Akali picked up first, most likely for SkyFL. Now that is going to be a little bit terrifying to deal with, especially in the later phases of the game, with the way that FPX likes to play. You know, as we said, they're kind of like EDG, very aggressive, always wanted to go for those skirmishes, always wanted to get those picks. So there will be a very bruisery front line here for ThunderTalk with both Camille and Renekton getting picked up.
Yeah, this the moment I saw Camille, it is definitely on XBuy's hands for sure because he used it twice during their match against Keepest Gaming as well and allowed them to win both of the games as well against Keepest Gaming, particularly game 1 and 2. Now FPX responds with their usual template, which is aggressive playstyle. BO7 landing an MVP performance yesterday in that game 2 against Race Esports will be utilized today as well, as he will try to amplify the power of SkyFL on his favorite champion, the Akali.
Absolutely, they will just be enabling the Akali and of course the bot lane later on when that gets picked up for FPX. The Zeri pickup here, either for Z or Soil, can be flexed out. So very good picks here by ThunderTalk just to, you know, keep FPX guessing, not giving them the the ability to be super counter picky. But of course that does mean that if Z gets this Zeri, it will be a little bit more difficult for SkyFL in the early game to just go up against this melee, this ranged champion, sorry. But I think BO7 as the Lee Sin is going to have a huge impact here for FPX, especially in that early game with the way that they like to play.
Yeah, so much focus on the ADCs right now on the banning phase. And that gives a little bit of a leverage here on ThunderTalk because they have picked up the Zeri already. They can go for an AP or like a mage into the mid lane as well. Z can use something like a Gwen or a Vladimir, whichever he will be interested in. Yesterday, he did try out the Gwen as well and was able to perform massively into the team fights. Vladimir is going to be removed. That will give lesser options for Z. Might actually force out the Gwen early, or wow, we haven't seen a Senna in so long as well. I'm so excited to see it, but I don't think it's time just yet to pick it up. Especially that they have to pick up a support this time around for Chensi because there's not a lot of options this time around. Galio might be better to zone away the Akali and might as well just lock it in.
Yeah, and of course the hero's entrance is very useful to get a save onto either the Zeri or maybe get an engage going with the Camille with the Renekton. So a decent pick here, but a lot of supports still available that are, well, a couple of supports that are available that are still decent. Gragas, of course, we saw it being Hover. There's still the Alistar. Sona still up if they want to go that route, but I think that does make them a little bit less tanky, a little bit less durable in those team fights for all of the utility she provides. So engage is going to be the way here. It is going to be the play with the Gragas and the Lee Sin in tandem for FPX to look for those picks. But the Jace here getting picked up.
And ThunderTalk as well, having a little bit of a leverage in terms of approval ratings. Definitely everyone is on their side. This is a team that was able to transition from the group stages into the playoffs as ranked #1 with the highest wins and like 11 wins to 3 losses. Definitely is a great marking, an indication that this is a team that has strong foundations already. They did suffer a bit of a defeat during their match against Keepest Gaming, but was able to recover in their match against Nova Esports and gave them a one-sided beatdown. FPX, in their first time being on the playoff stage after losing way back in the season number 1, is looking to break the bounds though.
Yeah, and FPX, just like the best gaming, have that playoffs buff. They always seem to be stronger, or at least this time they seem to be a lot stronger with the playoffs happening right now, because they really didn't. They barely actually got into the playoffs with their regular season scores. So now that they are here, they are starting to tear up the lower brackets, and it is kind of surprising, yeah, to see Thunder Talk in danger here, because, yeah, as we said, an incredibly strong foundation from the regular season. But this patch has kind of shook up a lot for most of these teams. So I really want to see if Thunder Talk can be that consistent through the patches, or will FPX, utilize that playoffs buff to its full potential.
Yeah, it's also very rare that we do see Z on a Jace as well. Shindo, just a bit of a banter with both of these. Apparently,
well,
of power.
A little bit less of banter there for Don, because he just took that Renekton down to about half. And of course, FPX getting it started from level 1 here in the bot lane. They just went for that little love tap. They went for a little bit of lane domination, letting Soil know that, he's not as safe as he maybe thought he was.
I just ran through the stats that we do have here on all of the games of Thunder Talk. I believe this is the first time that Z has picked up a Jace in the entire Wild Rift League Asia Season 2. Might be a great indication of a better flexibility in terms of champion pool on his side. But again, it's not going to be an easy time for him, because Sky is very good on the Akali, and he has to really step up here.
Yeah, this is one of the, champions that theoretically could counter Akali because of that range. He could keep her at bay. He can just willer her down with those shot blasts. But in FPX, they will not let that come to pass if they can help it. Just through the bot lane, look at Kong and Chao already trying to gain a little bit of an edge here against Shanxi and Soil. They are pushing that lane in very aggressively.
Yeah, the barrels, the Void Seekers definitely are hitting that Galio, forcing him to maybe go back in the base just to heal himself up. BO7 taking a visit as well into the mid lane, just threatening for a gank on C. Now, bottom side river is going to be secured here by FPX, and some vision as well established here by Chao. Just on the blue side jungle of X-Spy is again just the small leverages that FPX is getting in the early game. Dawn 128 as well, just holding his own in the top lane.
Yeah, it seems to be pretty even up in the top lane, pretty even in the mid lane as well. And I like that Z knew exactly what was happening. He knew that, oh, there is going to be a Lee Sin. The timing is just right. Have to back out, get a little bit more combat efficiency by that item, just so that, there is no potential for BO7 to kind of go crazy here and start snowballing that Akali. But BO7 just dodging out on that vision, knows that X-Buy is there, could be here for the counter gank, or just looking to keep his mid laner safe.
Yeah, actually, BO7 getting both of the struggles back.
Oh, he was gonna get dragon range! That is an incredibly quick delivery for X-Buy, but of course he's Camille, so he gets out of there just half health, as BO7 just always ready to pull that trigger.
It's so difficult to catch a Camille just because of that hook shot, just because of the adaptive defenses as well. Isolation can be made as well using the Hextech ultimatum. So again, Thunder Talk will be a very difficult team to catch and gank. FPX has to step up in terms of their strategies to set up for team fights, especially that they don't really have that much lockdown ability. At most, it is just the Gragas and the Lee Sin that has to stun. Maybe Dawn 128, but the rest couldn't.
Exactly. And that does mean that, the engages have to be super on point here for FPX. So much reliance on the Gragas. The explosive cast later on in the late game is going to be the huge threat for Thunder Talk. They don't have that big of a threat with the Galio. He does have that Justice Punch, but it does look like BO7 looking to set up for a gank here. Maybe a dive. but there will be vision in that tribush, so he is just going to stop wasting time and keep farming up.
Yeah, X-Bot as well in the bottom lane, just lingering just in case. That BO7 will take a visit. He is there to retaliate as well. So good move actually by BO7, just walking away, continues on the farm. Thundertalk is loving every bit of peacefulness happening here in this game right now, because that provides them a safety net preparation for the 5-minute mark objectives, in which they can fight much better since they do have the Jace and the Zed.
Exactly, it does sound like, you know, it looks like Thundertalk has a lot of, they've done a lot of homework, basically, on FPX. They know the timings, they've done a lot of VOD reviews to know how FPX likes to play, when they like to get aggressive, so you see that, you know, from the start, Z was being very defensive when there was a gank being set up in the mid lane by BO7, and, you know, the safety that they are providing their lanes is something that I think FPX is not really used to, so the defensiveness has to be commended here for Thundertalk, but it does look like they FPX want to go for that dragon first, but there's a dive onto Z. Kong comes in, and Kong will be able to get it. He's able to flash out as well. The first blood coming in. I didn't even see that. I think it was Chow who set that up, and Kong gets that, and it will be a free dragon for them.
Yeah, Z did not expect that as well. Now Thundertalk going towards the Riptide on Sky Seal.
Oh! SkyFL can go big here. Well, versus 3 though. Can he steal? Is he going to go for steal? He's not. Just waiting for BO7 to get there. Just being a little bit annoying to Thundertalk. So it will just be an objective trade. But still, first blood going over to FPX is pretty big.
Yeah, and the way they started it is just so amazing as well. The isolation should always be respected. And again, Kaisa thinks. Killer Instinct, Z as well, unable to be saved by Chensi with the hero's entrance. Just an opportunity laid out for FPX, and them taking it without hesitation and without getting punished is a great way to start this game.
Yeah, I was just talking about how safe Thundertalk were being against FPX's aggressive playstyle, but Z just got caught off guard. He thought, you know, I have a tower here. They're not gonna dive me, and then suddenly Chow goes for the explosive cast, and everything just went wrong.
Yeah, Chow definitely proving him wrong massively there in the laning phase, setting up for Kong and giving basically this guy's just some gold to pick up both the boots and the Bloodthirster already. That is so much sustain already for team fighting, and safety net as well.
Yeah, it is a very big safety net for Kong, but it does look like Chow wants to get a little bit cheeky. There's the explosive gas, isolating one member. X-Bai, though, will not get connected by the Sonic Wave, so he's able to get out of there with a flash and a hook shot. And FPX again attempt, but that is a great flash onto Kong, and Kong should be down with a Hextech ultimatum. Wow. Great kill there. Instantly, the Rift Herald comes in. BO7 and Chow, can they defend this tower? They cannot. The Rift Herald takes it down, and that was a little bit late for Skyfall to be in that fight.
Yeah, instantaneously is the best way to describe that engage towards Kong, because everyone followed up immediately after the setup, especially from Chen Si. And FPX, they couldn't resist it anymore, especially that they don't really have that much utility there in that mid lane. It's only Kong and Chow there in that area, and when Thundertalk engage, it's pretty much late already.
Yeah, too late there, as you know, FPX, they did go for the first engage, but then when Thundertalk knew that there was nothing left in the tank, they just pulled the trigger there, stepped on the gas, and immediately Kong was in the wrong place, the wrong time. Great coordination as well with the Justice Punch into... Well, it wasn't a Justice Punch, I think. It was just the Flash Taunt into the Hextech Ultimatum, and all of the damages came down. Even with the Bloodthirster, still very squishy.
Yeah, just Chen-Si things, and we got used to seeing SMY as the support here of Thundertalk, but after seeing Chen-Si for so many times, he has really planted his foundation alongside with the team and performing really well on the side of Thundertalk. In this series, it's going to be much more important as well, because it will only take one series loss to be dropped in the tournament already. So far, with the state of the game, having to see Thundertalk maintaining a safe gold lead, 1,000 so far, as they have taken the mid tower already, planting some strategies as well in the top lane to maybe take that tower down as well. It's a good indication that Thundertalk is looking to scale better than FPX.
Absolutely, because Thundertalk, you know, as I said, they did their homework. They studied how FPX likes to play their own champions that they like, their timings especially. They did a really good job of tracking Qingdao7 around the jungle and knowing where he tends to be at certain points in the game, so they did not give up that early game advantage, which FPX really likes to hammer in. So that they have a lot of leeway in those mid-game skirmishes. So big props to ThunderTalk for surviving that early game, and this now becomes really deadly for FPX if they can't stop ThunderTalk from rolling.
Yeah, the most important part of this game as well is going to be 10 minutes into 15 minutes as well, because that's where the power spikes of SkyFL, Kong, and Don128 are going through, and ThunderTalk has to prevent that from happening simultaneously as well. They have to be more active in the map as well. They do have the Camille, they do have the Galio, they have the pokes as well coming from the Zeri and the Jace. They should work around setting up for the second objective, which is going to be the Ice Dragon as well. And because they have the leverage, FPX getting the bottom side Scuttle Crab though is them just prepping up for that too.
See, they're already looking to engage to invading those 7 level a little bit, get a lot of information on where he is, and they aren't just two-manning this dragon right now at FPX. They are going to be contesting this very well, but it is kind of a split fight. Shin is on the other side of that fight. Don's going to be going there, but Chao with the explosive cast to go out for the isolation, but he found Changxi, so that may not be the best target. He goes for the Justice Punch. Qingdao7 is not going to be able to steal it, as they will be giving it over to ThunderTalk. SkyFL there in the middle of it all. There is the hero entrance saving them all. ThunderTalk, they are a little bit low, but can they get out there? Shin is going to get executed right there with a perfect execution. SkyFL going hard. That's 1, that's 2, and they are going to dive maybe for more. That's a 3rd kill onto Z, and now Shang-Chi's down. It's just Soil. This could be the ace, and it will be for FPX.
Not just any ace, it's everyone demolished on the side of ThunderTalk. A clean execution coming in from FPX. A clean ace. And they are now going to be unlocking so much towers. Yes, ThunderTalk was able to get the dragon, but FPX got everyone. Suddenly the gold went from negative 1,200 to 3,000 on their side. We look on this replay and see a flawless execution on the side of FPX. Stasis was used by Sky, but look at him as well, just going through everyone as he landed a perfect execution and the 5 points try to get a double kill. Kong as well with the killer instinct, Don128 with a jump with a counter strike, and everyone followed up as well. No one backed away, and that is the pure confidence of FPX.
Yeah, the gold graph doesn't lie. That is huge. What a swing there for FPX, as they were able to get a couple of towers, I think 3 towers off of that one team fight, and that is just what happens when you don't have disengage, because ThunderTalk, they really do not have any large team disengage. Individually, yeah, there are some ways that they can get out of a fight, but when you're getting chased down by the entirety of ThunderTalk and FPX and speed up, Soil is to get chased down there, but there's a hero's entrance to try to get Qingdao7 down, and it will be successful, but there is Chao there with the explosive cast. Not going to be able to pick off anybody else. That was a little bit ambitious from Qingdao7, but at least he has, you know, that leeway, that little bit of a slack afforded by the goal lead to go for these aggressive plays.
Yeah, it was very reckless on the side of Qingdao7, going in all alone. They tried to set up for SkyFL, but everyone was too far away. Chao as well wasn't able to help out using the cast, and basically ThunderTalk was just able to take him down. Now, with a little bit of an extended death timer, ThunderTalk did have their eyes on the Baron, but FPX did have a ward as well. Don128 is setting up in the bottom lane. It's very difficult to start an objective with just a takedown on the jungler, especially that this Akali is starting to be a menace already in this game.
Yeah, 2-0-3. That Akali is going to start to hurt, although there is not really a lot of a gold difference between the Akali and the Jace, so big props to Z for, you know, keeping that playing field even though he doesn't have any kills. Kong really is the big difference here, the threat of FPX, but, you know, as we saw, if he's not careful, he can just get collapsed on and isolated, especially with a Hextech ultimatum, so you gotta be in the back of the fight, always behind Chao, most likely, or Qingdao7, to get those engages where he can just free hit and pop off.
Yeah, Kong has been able to free hit majority of the fights as well. The only time we see him drop
Ooh, big
now.
flash! That's a big engage and an isolation. But is this the right target? Because Chelsea Chin can just get out of there. Ching Dao 7 trying his best to get an insect play, but he has... Oh, that was Skyfell actually. As he is going to get the hero's entrance, nobody has died yet in this engagement, as FPX is going to just get away scot-free. None the worse for wear, although that was a very ambitious engage from Chao.
Yeah, great defense as well by Chenzi again. With help of the Camille and the Gallery, it's going to be very difficult to intercept on the members here of Thunder Talk. They will have crowd control, they will have zone control.
Shensi actually might have gotten caught here a little bit. X-Bai is there, but you know, he's the Gallery, he's very slow and he will get executed there. No hero's entrance to save him, and that's another kill there for Sky FL.
Man, FPX just keeps on tapping, jabbing at Thunder Talk right now. Yes, a while ago it was not successful, but they finally found an opportunity to take down the Galio, and they continue to apply pressure. Right now, they're looking at the Baron as Thunder Talk is taking the Dragon.
Yeah, the Thunder Talk know that there is no way that they're going to contest that Baron, especially without their Galio, so they're just gonna go for the objective trade, at least get that Dragon. Don't give that one to FPX either. X-Spy just raw taking that turret, no minions whatsoever. They need every advantage they can get if they want to survive the next few minutes where that Baron buff is going to be used to siege down those towers.
Yep. Thunder Talk is basically mitigating the advantage that FPX is getting from the Baron by taking a tower down, taking a Dragon as well, utilizing everything that they can get as FPX gets one big objective. Now they have to defend though. Don128 is still continuing on the push in the bottom lane. There is a wave slowly pushing towards the top side as well of Thunder Talk. Everyone is grouped up here in mid.
Yeah, because that is what the Baron buff does, and of course, because that Jax is Jax, he is just going to push down that tower, and it's already down to less than a half.
Oh.
He's just soloing that tower, just Jax things. As FPX, they are just sieging it down. Thunder Talk doesn't want to risk engaging here. They just want to protect these houses as much as possible, but there is a big cast there. A hero's entrance to save them all, to dissuade FPX from engaging even further, as Don128 is still pushing down here in the bot lane. Thunder Talk do not want to risk a big fight here, but you know, FPX, they are just trying to force the issue again and again, especially with Don128.
Oh man, actually Chao doing a really good job. Basically he's using the cast and the body slam to bait out the hero's entrance. And when Chenzi doesn't have the ult, there's not much defenses anymore present here on the side of Thunder Talk. Now they have to be a little bit more reserved, a little bit more closer towards their towers. They could not allow FPX to engage on them just yet. All the outer turrets basically is now destroyed except for the top lane. Thunder Talk doing a really good job defending though. FPX hasn't been able to take any inhibitor towers just yet, despite the Baron take. Thunder Talk though can still threaten later on for the fight. They were able to take 2 Dragon stats on their side. The Ice Dragon and the Mountain Dragon helping them with their stats so far, especially in their durability because they have picked up the Mountain Dragon.
Yeah, and X-Bai will be one of those who really benefits from the Mountain Dragon. Kind of in a weird way, because he's not really a tank, but those tank stats will help him survive a lot more because he has that death defiance. He can just be in a fight for a lot longer as long as he doesn't get burned down immediately by, say, Kong or Sky FL. So that could be a route for Thunder Talk if they are able to get a really good fight in, or if they force a mistake from FPX here. But so far, you know, FPX are just really putting a lot of pressure on Thunder Talk with every single time they try to make a play. Thunder Talk, they can't be really proactive right now. They have to be reactive, which is kind of sad for them.
Yeah, that's true. I like that you pointed out the durability of X-Bai as well with the 2 items that he has picked up. Sterak's Cage and the Death Dance is going to be very helpful on top of the adaptive defense.
Oh, Chao though, maybe isolating another player here. It is going to be X-Bai, so he has to go for the X-Tech ultimatum. But this fight is already on the backside. As he's already taking down Kong, and that was actually this area who took him down. And now FPX, they are on the backside. This is the mistake that they needed to force, and that's a Justice Punch onto Don128. He does go into stasis, and he's able to get out thanks to Chao, but they're still on the chase. The Shock Blast doing a lot of damage, and that's another kill. 2 kills for Thunder Talk with the Elder Drake up. This is bad for FPX.
And real great for Thunder Talk. Now they're going to be pressuring for the Elder Dragon. 2 members picked up already. It's Kong already dead. The ADC is dead. Sky going for a flank. Can he actually get
could
in
be
a
the
good
hero.
position?
Shingdao7, he is half health. If he tries to get in here, he's gonna get burned out. So SkyFL has to be the distraction hero play. But they've already gotten Chow down. And SkyFL, he's going to risk it all for nothing as he goes down. And Shingdao7, I don't think he can even contest this. He's getting chased away. ThunderTalk knows that there's only one hero left, one champion to try to steal. So they're just gonna chase him away. And that is the Elder Drake plus the Baron here for ThunderTalk.
After a long high north side of FPX for almost the entire game, ThunderTalk found an opportunity to turn everything south here on their side. The pick up onto Kong, the Elder Dragon take the denial of the steal, and now the Baron on the table will be taken without hesitation. Shingdao7 has left nothing to do but watch as both of the objectives are taken here by ThunderTalk. We look into this replay and see how great it was for XBY to finally get a great lockdown onto the crucial members here of FPX. He was isolated using the cast, but it actually paved an opportunity for him, especially as Shin found an opportunity as well to stun lock this Kai'Sa down. And basically without the Kai'Sa, there's not much damage left there inside of FPX. Sky as well couldn't intercept into the back line because there's so much crowd control on ThunderTalk's side. And look at the bottom right screen. Now ThunderTalk is just marching into the mid lane, taking all the structures down. It's basically the end game right now here for ThunderTalk as they take all the structures out.
Yeah, and it was looking really good for FPX. That was looking really bad because they made that one mistake. They hand-delivered XBY to the face of Kong, and then suddenly Shin was in there. And as you said, that stun really messed that Kai'Sa up. So this is going to be the last stand here. There's that Hextech ultimatum onto SkyFL with the heroes and just to prevent him from really doing anything to the back line. But they are going to commit to this fight. Kong's already dead. There's no damage left for FPX, and there's no champions left for FPX. There's no help on that Nexus, and the first win will be going to ThunderTalk Gaming.
Amazing comeback on the side of ThunderTalk, especially after they were picked off big time by FPX in that second dragon fight. Take note that they got ace and FPX basically had a big goal lead. However, ThunderTalk was very patient. They were waiting patiently for a big opportunity for them to finally get the great marks on the side of FPX, and they got them right after waiting so long. Actually,
Yeah.
It was great patience for them. Elder Dragon is a big opportunity for them to finally force a fight, and they were able to take down Kong thanks to Shin as well on his magnificent sneak towards the Kai'Sa. And afterwards, everything just went south for FPX and ThunderTalk. This is why you can never discount ThunderTalk, even if FPX is able to give them a hard time during the mid parts of that game. ThunderTalk has bounced back so many times already. There's a reason why they're one of the best teams right now in Wild Rift League Asia Season 2.
Yeah, I mean, especially in the regular season where they performed absolutely amazingly. This patience that they displayed was just absolutely phenomenal. They really just weathered the storm, because that was a storm. Look at that goal you have. That first spike we see towards FPX's side, that was when they got that clean ace, and the game was entirely theirs until that one mistake that was made. Chow got a little bit too aggressive, and you know, he, as I said, hand-delivered XBY over to the face of Kong. And because Kong, you know, he had the instinct to just kind of try to run away from that Camille, the Renekton switched places basically with that Camille, and suddenly it was a full health Crocodile staring you in the face. Not really all too much you can do when he's stunning you up, and then going for that big blade spin with Dominus active. So Shin doing a lot of work there to turn that fight around and turn that game around for ThunderTalk.
We might see FPX starting to respect the Camille as well, heading towards the next game, because XBY had an incredible performance here in this game number 1. And take note, it's just game number 1. We're already seeing such amazing plays on both FPX and ThunderTalk, but Shin definitely is deserving of an MVP here, especially after finding the perfect opportunity to flank Kong that provided, again, a big chance for ThunderTalk to bounce back in that game. Perfect timing as well, since they got the Elder Dragon and the Baron and just went for the end.
Absolutely, and because he didn't get beaten by the Jax, he was able to be relevant throughout the entire game, and then turn it around with that one big pick on the Kais. But that is it for game number 1. What a humongous start there for Thunder Talk Gaming. Can they sustain it? We'll see after this break.
I will not be restrained. My potential is limitless.
Feel the thorns embrace. Death is in bloom.
Game number 1 has been incredible for Thunderdog, especially after they found an opportunity in the Elder Dragon fight. Now let's see what's going to be the adjustment here of FPX, especially that Camille definitely was a big problem for them in order to allow Sky and Kong to pop off.
And that was just what we were talking about earlier. Thunder Talk really needed to force a mistake basically from FPX, and that's exactly what happened, because it was a mistake. That entire engage, that entire team fight was because Chao went for a very aggressive body slam into explosive cast, and that just messed Kong up. So maybe a little bit of a miscommunication, maybe some mispositioning here from FPX, and that basically sealed the deal for that game. And Thunder Talk, they know when to take advantage of a mistake.
And let's see though, what's going to be the advantage here of Thunder Talk or FPX. It all starts with the side selection. Again, the win of Thunder Talk was very important as well, because prior towards this series, FPX did have a 6-7 scoreline on blue side. Now it's tarnished even more, 6-8, with an additional loss handed over by Thunder Talk. Now, FPX retains on blue side. Let's see what's going to be the change here so far. The Shan is still going to be respected here by FPX. Thunder Talk can still ban out the same champions like the Evelyn, Ornn, and Aatrox if ever the Hecarim as well is going to be taken away here by FPX.
And man, I do like that Thunder Talk is not afraid to just be on red side against FPX, because, you know, we were talking about it, that blue side win rate is no joke in the playoffs, but it does seem like Thunder Talk knows the timings. They know the jungle pathing that BO7 likes to take, and they know exactly how to counter that. So big props to them for doing their homework. And, you know, if FPX doesn't change something, they might just fall to Thunder Talk. A lot of this is actually the exact same bans that we had from the last game.
Yeah, and should be a big problem this time around, a big conflict for FPX, because yes, Sky is good on the Akali, but you know who's also so good on the Akali? That's Z. That poses again just the same cycle of problems for FPX. Now, Camille is again gonna be available for Thunder Talk. They can just pick up the Renekton and the Camille and pick up the Galio later on.
Is it going to be the same draft again here for both teams? It does seem like, yeah, the Camille and the Renekton are gonna be coming out for Thunder Talk. A very solid core there in the top side of the map. And I mean, if SkyFL wants to keep doing this Akali, FPX really need to kind of dial in on kind of getting that mid pretty fed. Because BO7, he did try a couple of times to make a visit towards the mid lane, but it really didn't come out to too much. So SkyFL was kind of underwhelming in the later phases of the game.
Interesting that they are just picking up the very same champions they've used last game for FPX and Thunder Talk. Looks like, yeah, they're going for round number 2 here. Jay's gonna be picked up as well here for Z, in case that this would be the same draft again here for both sides. Interesting, very interesting. However, there is one surprise change that FPX can actually do here, and I'm gonna say it right now before the second ban phase, because Kai'Sa was picked up by Kong a while ago, right? It has great mobility but still was trapped by the members of Thunder Talk. If there is an assurance already that the ADC is gonna be trapped, two things can be made here by FPX. One is the ban here in the Galio, which is good, but also Varus can be utilized here by Kong later on, because they know that Thunder Talk is gonna be engaging. They can get the Varus for the counter engage using the Chain of Corruption, and that can provide conflict to Thunder Talk as well.
It's a pretty good point. That is a pretty good point. But you gotta take into account that Varus needs to be pretty much at the back all the time. Does not have any mobility.
Zero.
Just, he has to be poking with that piercing arrow. If anybody comes near, that's when he goes for the Chain of Corruption. Or if anybody gets caught out, that's when he does it. But by and large, it is a good possibility. It's just he is a high risk, high reward ADC here. So not sure if he's going to be coming out, but Thunder Talk, because of that Galio ban, will be defaulting over to that Gragas. A lot more engage potential here still for Thunder Talk. But, you know, that does mean that FPX has to pick another support, maybe an Alistar or something of that nature. There is a Sona available if they want to go for that, but without the Sivir to combo into it, a lot less strong, especially if you're trying to be aggressive. So Kai'Sa once again for Kong, nearly the exact same composition except without the Gragas.
Yeah, they're really confident that Kong is going to be able to maneuver around the team fight, this time without the Galio threatening with the zone control. However, the Gragas picked up here for Chen-Si. It's still going to be a little difficult here for FPX. You mentioned the Alistar a while ago, and they can pick that champion up for their side. Yesterday, they did try out, or the other, they did try out the Nautilus as well, and looks like they're going for that again. Now Thunder Talk still is going for the Zeri as well. It's almost the exact same comp for FPX and Thunder Talk. They just changed their supports.
But will we see the exact same result? Because now that FPX is kind of figured out what Thunder Talk was doing from that game, maybe they have a different game plan here. But of course, you know, Thunder Talk, they know that they can just hold out and win, especially with the added utility that Gragas gives. Because, you know, with the Galio that they had earlier, they basically had the hero's entrance for the big disengage, but now they have the explosive gas, which is a lot more useful, a lot more utility for both engaging and disengaging. So if FPX wants to try to go aggressive, then that Gragas could be, you know, the savior for Thunder Talk here. And I don't know if this is gonna go the exact same way, but definitely FPX wants to be a lot more aggressive in that early game in order to get SkyFL ahead, in order to get Kong ahead, because that's how they want to win.
It's also just, again, a big indication of FPX that they are just so confident with their performance, with their playstyle, with this draft as well, that they can actually win with this comp. The only thing that was a big hindrance to them was that Galio. At least in how we are reading FPX right now, Thunder Talk still can go with a double isolation. Camille works really well with the Gragas, since basically the Hextech Ultimatum pushes everyone else back. The cast does the same as well, and they can do that to prevent FPX from going in. They can separate the members as well from the rest as Thunder Talk goes in once more. And it's still the same template, same blueprint by Thunder Talk in their winning success here against FPX. It's going to be a very difficult situation here for FPX, but let's see if they can resolve it.
Exactly, because as we saw, Thunder Talk, they are not a big fan of getting aggressed on early on. So they do play a lot of defense in the early game, especially, you know, when it came to even that those first objective excuse me, objective trades. It was only really when they forced the issue on that second dragon that they got caught out by FPX. So if they caught that mistake, they remedy that, it's going to be a lot more difficult for FPX to try to find a positive engage. But of course they have that Nautilus, so, you know, a point and click ultimate is very, very hard to kind of defend against here. So we'll see, because FPX, I think that they can still win this series with the difference in playstyle. It's just that it seems like Thunder Talk is really used to getting aggressed on them.
They have great discipline on Thunder Talk side. FPX using the Nautilus to help out the Lee Sin in the early game can actually be very useful for how FPX usually operates in the early game. Great vision established as well by Chow in the blue side jungle here of X-Spy. Good start by Don128 as well. Just a little bit of that health chipped out against Jin.
Yeah, once again, just some love taps coming in. And again, FPX is so aggressive in the early game. Level 1.
Ignite used already by Chen Si as well. Kong taking a bit of those love taps from Soil as well. Just some standard stuff here on both sides, just trying to get a little bit of leverage in the early laning phase as well. Don128 has been really, really good on the Jax. Even in game number 1, he was able to withstand some of the pressure of Thunder Talk. And it's one of his signature champions as well. Just like the Renekton, it's oftentimes just the Jax or the Renekton. He pops off, he's very stable, he can withstand ganks as well. Chen Si though going with a body slam, Kong taking a bit of damage.
Oh!
Be slowed up, flashed away. FPX going a little too close there.
Yeah, and Sia actually did 32% of the team's damage in the last game. Nearly a third of the entire team's damage. And he could do the same here. SkyFL getting a little bit low.
Shingdo though, taking a visit, punishing the overextension. The Sonic Wave and the Resonating Strike will connect as well. And FPX gets first blood.
A little bit too greedy there for Z. Trying to keep SkyFL under tower. Forgot that Qingdao 7's pathing brought him to that point, and that first blood is going to be pretty huge for FPX to work with, especially since that did go over to Qingdao 7. Let's take a look at that again, because yeah, Z just was greeting for this kill, greeting for that pressure, and suddenly Shingdao7 appeared from the top of the lane and just decimated that Jace. Too aggressive there for Z. Especially when you're playing against FPX, you should know that that is a time where Shingdao7 is going to come out from the weeds.
Yeah, Z as well tried to push him back as he flashed away, but unfortunately it wasn't successful at all. Dragon Stage is going to be into the top lane, but no one's going to be there to follow up. Dawn8 just arrived, so that's a little unfortunate for Shingdao7.
A little bit unfortunate that Dawn wasn't there, because that could have been a kill, maybe 2 for FPX, but he is!
2 flashes already by ThunderTalk as he's trying to take down Kong, and they're gonna be successful at it as well. Just a drive-through basically by XBuy.
Drive-through takeout. The order was for 1 deep-fried Kaisen. That's exactly what they got. And, you know, if there's one champion that you should be... Oh my god, there's another dive though.
Yep, that's the lightning crash by Sol. Unable to get the kill though on the Dawn 128. He's very stable. Just used to this. He's a veteran. 2 ganks already. Sky though taking a visit in the top lane will be a little late to the party.
Yeah, but as I was saying, Kong is one of the 2 champions that you really need to get gapped here if you're ThunderTalk, because you know, if that Kaisa starts scaling up, he becomes a menace in the mid to late game phase. So getting Kong down that early is incredibly key for ThunderTalk to keep themselves afloat, to keep themselves stable. There is just a tiny lead here for ThunderTalk as we get into the later phases of the early game. In about a minute and 10 seconds, the objectives will be spawning up, and if ThunderTalk are able to get a little bit more of an advantage there, they should be able to contest those. But man, Shingdao, such an aggressive jungler.
Yeah, it's taking the wave as well in the top lane. Shin taking too much damage.
Oh,
Chow's gonna be here as well. That should allow them to get a kill. Chow though, getting too deep. XSpy's there to take the kill. This time though, Dawn 128 is joining the party. XSpy, Hexagon Ultimatum gonna be used, but he's trapped under the tower, and FPX just gets 2.
That is a good 2 for 1 there for FPX, as well as getting a lot of tower damage onto the top lane bot. There's a dive!
Immediately, lightning crash was used by Soil. Sky though did survive. That was so close.
Yeah, and FPX, man, you can see that they are just itching to get into fights, into these skirmishes, even though the gold lead is still there for ThunderTalk. Let's look at that again, because I think Shin just really wanted to get that honey fruit, and then Shingdao was like, nope, you're not getting that. I am above you. Even if you dominate us, man, we got Chao coming in. And that was a beautiful time. I really thought that XBuy was going to go for the 1v2 here, but then Dawn just came out, and the support from FPX, maybe if he Hextech Ultimatum onto Dawn, but once again, Shin is the target.
Again, just round number 2. Shin though did try to flash away. Dawn did have to jump though to follow up, and that's incredible bullying already on the Baron laner here of ThunderTalk. Not Soil though. Did dodge the perfect execution. Skyfell is no longer that much threatening in a team fight. Soil, or Z rather, is very far from this dragon. I think FPX is gonna let them be.
Yeah, it's just gonna be an objective trade here. Rift Herald for Drake, with the Drake going over to ThunderTalk. I think Rift Herald is exactly what FPX needed. That's what they wanted, because they want to be looking for those towers just like that. Already one gotten by Dawn 128 up in the top lane. So this is how they're going to get their macro going, because even though they are ahead in terms of kills, look at the gold lead. There's basically none. ThunderTalk has done a really good job of controlling that gold lead. It's really just Shingdao7 who is far and away ahead of the pack.
Yeah, and it would have been better if it was Skyfell or Kong, right? But since it's more towards Lee Sin, this Lee Sin is going to fall off later on, and ThunderTalk will have an opportunity to, again, just punish FPX mispositioning, and that should be avoided by FPX here.
Absolutely, they need to just have perfect positioning, basically. And with Chao, that is a lot easier, because he just poses so much of a threat that ThunderTalk has to respect. Every time he's near, he has to flash out of there, or else he was going to risk, or well, hell yeah, Hex Flash, but he was going to risk getting explosive cast. Shingdao7 once again though, because he is the one who is fed. He is the one that is on the tip of the spear.
Oh, that was so close. Gen C is a little bit sexy in that instance. The Rift Herald though, is going to be used here into the mid lane. They have to take one plate though first in order to finally take this tower down. 400 HP, still standing. That's actually a bit of a win here by Thundertalk. Now top lane, Don Want to Wait being alone. Dominus is going to be Pop X-By just kiting Don Want to Wait at this point. But everyone's going to be running here already. FPX, they want to join the party. Chow is in the area as well. But a party actually ended pretty early. He is all alone. All alone in the bottom lane. Used preemptively. But Sky! Flash! Chen Si goes with a drink just passed over towards Sky and he fell down.
Yeah, that's what happens to me when at a night out as well. Somebody passes me a drink, I fall over.
No!
Oh man.
Oh. Yeah, same. I get you on that.
Oh, Chow!
Great hook. They are just focusing on the tower though. Tactical sweep into the hook shot. Depth charge is going to be used immediately. 99 HP and this tower is actually helping so much. And Shingo7 has to flash away. He uses the safeguard, but Ignite is just going to be taking him down. Thundertalk did lose the power in exchange for that kill. Feels good for FPX.
Yeah, and I still gotta commend Cheng Zi from that chasing down that Akali and finishing Skyfell off at the very tail end of that. Allowed them to get a tower, allowed them to get more control over this map as Thundertalk grabs their second tower of the game, and they are actually working on a gold lead. Their macro is really good compared to FPX, where FPX really just wants to focus on those skirmishes. And let's take a look at that again, actually, because Kong just ate an accelerated shock blast to the face there, but a fantastic gank from BO7 means that Z was not really able to respond to that. He wasn't able to knock that Lee Sin away, and that was just an alley-oop for the Kaisa.
Yeah, Kong basically just powered through that shock blast, ate it like a true king, and continued on the hunt there. Take down towards the Jace of Z. And Z definitely is not having the best performance so far here in this game. To think that he dealt the most damage a while ago in game number 1, but this time he is a little bit targeted a lot here by the members of FPX.
Yeah, it really does seem like FPX are just trying to gap one person, but it really isn't slowing down Z too much, man. He is still not too far behind the Akali Skyfell, but Don 1-8 even in a 1v2.
Wow, 2 versus 1, not scared at all, but Shingo7 a little bit late. The Meteor Enchant is going to be picking up the kill, but again, just 1 for 1. Chow as well is going to be here. X-By no longer has the Hextech ultimatum. Z is going to be here though to punish a little bit of the overextension here of FPX. They're pushing through. Chow's going to be target primarily as Kong as well is just taken down already. 2 kills to 1. Thundertalk loves to trade. Sky going in though. Perfect execution. Too aggressive. Can he actually escape though? Shingo7 is going to be here. Following up, takes the kill down. And Shingo7 is going to be next as well. Flashes in by Z. That's a lot of kills by Thundertalk. Massive redemption this time.
4 for 1. Thundertalk just answering back. They were like, okay, you chase us, we chase you back, and then we're going to take the Drake. As well as that tower in the top lane. So a very big mistake once again committed by FPX because they were being too aggressive, and it does seem like Thundertalk has kind of perfected that playstyle against these more aggressive teams, and because of that, let's take a look at that again, because yeah, there was no Hextech ultimatum, but a great follow-up here from Soil and Z means that, you know, there was nowhere for FPX to run, especially with that lightning crash. And man, Shang Zi here with the presence of mind to know that Skyfall was on the backside, but here's another fight.
Yeah, they want more. FPX though is not prepared for this fight. They are 3,000 gold down. X-By going in with hookshot, forcing a lot of flash there on FPX's side. And that's again just Thundertalk basically flexing their muscles at this point. They have the lead now. They have the opportunity to be the one zone members of FPX away in preparation for this Baron. It's just 30 seconds away from spawning up, and it's gonna be very, very squishy as well.
Oh man, what a gold grab this is for Thundertalk. They are very, very happy with this, especially considering all the pressure that FPX was putting on them. But now the pressure is on FPX, because if Thundertalk is able to get this third Drake, Uh-oh, then it becomes the soul, and that just makes it so much more difficult for FPX to make a comeback here. And this is Chao still looking for a pick.
But they're not finding any picks here. That's a big utility already expended here by the members of FPX. Stasis though gonna be used by Chensi. Avoid some of the engages here. Now it's an opportunity. Slow gonna be used. Cast to isolate Chao as well. Shin is gonna be in the area. The Exit Ultimatum doing a lot of things here towards FPX. They have to back away, but they're being prevented from doing so. Sol gonna be going in. Massively confident here. Actually, is gonna be regretting it a bit. Has to flash away. It's still fine. Intact as 5. They can now pressure for the Baron.
Yeah, because it is very difficult for FPX to get into these fights, as you know, X-Pi is just such a big zoning tool with his hook shot and tactical sweep, always threatening that Hextech ultimatum. So FPX has no choice but to approach this Baron from a different angle. Or do they just, you know, try to pressure a lane instead? Because their choices are very limited in this situation where all 5 members of Thunder Talk are in one spot. You do not want to get in there no matter how fed you are if you're released in. Otherwise, you know, you have to go for the insect play and then immediately stasis and hope that your team can finish 1-2 people off while you're still, you know, golden.
And Sky as well hasn't been able to do the things that he wants to do in a team fight. Is so down right now. 2,000 gold. In fact, Z is ahead against him. And to think that Z was targeted so much here in this game, started this game with a 0-0 scoreline, but has been still able to help so much in the latter team fights. Now, Thunder Talk, similar to what happened to game number 1, actually, just a little bit earlier this time around, has found an opportunity to finally get a massive goal lead against FPX and are threatening for the big objectives.
Man, this is so difficult for your FPX. Because, you know, you're the one who wants to be aggressive, but because they weren't able to get the early game aggression on, now Sky fell in danger.
Yeah, just hiding under this route, taking too much damage, and it's just gonna be taken down. Thunder has found an opportunity right now to take FPX. Tondo is still looking for a fight. Shin is gonna be the target here, but I don't think it's gonna be a good idea. Thunder Talk starting the Baron.
And there's no Drake to trade out, so FPX, they have to either commit to this.
They are. Don still going in with counter strike, landed onto 2, has to jump away. Chao gonna be the target this time around. Soil continuing on the fight. Chensi as well, just looking for an opportunity to strike.
Oh, sorry!
Shock blast! Kobe for 3. Thunder Talk gets the 3-point lead, and now they are just continuing onto the Baron. Chao gonna be the one to check the area. They don't have vision. The pink ward is doing the work, and they have to check this out. Hawk gonna be coming in. Don 128 as well. Just goes in. Shingdao 7 is completely isolated.
Oh, Sky!
Sky though, teleporting, joining the party here. Is trying to do some damage here onto the members here of Thunder Talk. Is actually doing a really good job. XY as well being zoned away. Even with their backs against the walls. FPX actually doing the work. The king is gonna be there. And Shingdao 7 got his revenge. But the cast is gonna be coming through. Thunder Talk still wants to fight. Chensi is gonna be dropping down. Don 128 as well is gonna be next. And FPX running for the high heels. Thunder Talk wants to find and take them down. But without their jungler, they have to just give this Baron first a time to breathe.
Yeah, that Baron, it'll be safe for now. But once Thunder Talk is able to go back, once their jungler respawns, they have to go straight for that dragon. Actually, they have to go for it now because Shingdao 7 is threatening it. They want to get that soul. Shin's already there, and you know, FPX is already working on it.
Can they take it? It's going to be very difficult for Thunder Talk to intercept, and they will just deny the soul here.
No soul there for Thunder Talk, but they still have a pretty decently sized gold lead, and you can see how SkyFL was denied so much even through that teleport. He just was not able to get anything done as an Akali. I mean, he did get 1 kill at the very tail end, but still, 1-3-1 is not the scoreline you want to see on your Akali at 16 minutes, especially when so much attention was being given over to that mid lane from the pretty much the very start of the game, from that first blood. So, you know, this Jace on Z has just been doing so much work to deny SkyFL's effectiveness.
Sky though has picked up the crown, and that's gonna help him withstand some of the big damages here of Thunder Talk. They have to proc it up before they actually engage, and that can mess with the timing here of Thunder Talk. Vision still well established here by Thunder Talk, especially because of that pink ward. And FPX has to keep face checking this Baron pit just to know what is happening here.
Yeah, that Baron pit has to... It is going to be the big point of contention here, as Thunder Talk... Nah, that's actually not true, because they are just kind of trying to push in and then look for, you know, an opportunity to go for that Baron, but BO7 is always there. He has to basically be the guardian of that Baron to make sure that Thunder Talk is not anywhere near Shanxi with engage.
Isolation, Xby doing a really good job. Hexic ultimate gonna be used. Meteor Engine as well to chip the HP of Sky down. But Xby has the flash away. Sarah's Gage gonna be proc already. Z gonna be in a bad spot this time around. BO7 trying to land that Sonic Wave will not connect. Good block by Shin. This will give it an opportunity for FPX. Maybe threaten for Baron.
Yeah, BO7 is the one who has been pretty much hard carrying FPX this entire time, but can he do it with this Baron? Can he smite it?
I don't think the Thunder Talk can fight this time around, because they don't have the smite, they don't have the Camille.
Yeah, with no Camille, that was a little bit dicey, so they were saving it for that Elder Drake. A lot more valuable than the Baron in terms of combat effectiveness, as that Baron is not really useful if they can't push, and they're not pushing right now, they're fighting!
They're fighting for the Elder Dragon, they're fighting for the spot, they're fighting for the big buff this time around! Great shock blast. BO7 going for the flank. This might be bad for Thunder Talk. The penetration this time, but Sky fell onto the backside. Goes in with the blast cone as well. Gets out actually off harm's way. Going for a reset. FPX does have the leverage in terms of stats just because of this Baron buff. But no push is being commenced just yet. FPX repositioning though.
Yes, and now that
there. Oh, BO7 might have made a big mistake. It's gonna be trapped here. Hexic ultimate gonna be invested everything to finally take him down. That's his jungler dead of FPX. Big mistake by FPX this time around. Thunder Talk though will be engaged by everyone. Killer Instinct gonna be used by Kong as well. Meteor Enchant gonna be used by Thunder Talk to try to chip the members down here on the side of FPX. Shin running away. Slice and dice. XY still fine. Shuriken will not connect. Laser by Soil trying to poke the members here of FPX. So far, they have the leverage. Thunder Talk, they want to pressure down. They want to utilize the fact that there's no Lee Sin on the side of FPX. But damage still is going to be felt here by the members of Thunder Talk, especially because of the guys being attacked in range. Shenxi is going low already. Jump by Don 128. Counter strike going to be used. Z as well, trying to go with a 1v1 against here on the Akali. The guy's going to be dead. FPX, but it found an opportunity. But again, the Hexic ultimate is going to be doing the work here. Counter strike going to be used. Void Seeker as well. Shock blast by Z. Still coming back here in this game. The stasis is going to be used to buy some time, but it's not going to be enough to turn the tides around. Teleport though going to be incoming. BO7 wants to get the revenge. Goes in with a safeguard. Can he actually land? Flash is going to be used. No! And Sonic Wave will not connect. Unfortunate, but still committing onto the chase. XY dodging the Sonic Wave. The case is going to be there. And Z going in the perfect execution as well. And the stall game is not going to work this time around, but Thunder Talk FPX still wins it in the end.
Yeah, FPX got the win, but at what cost? They stalled for so long. That fight went on for so long that BO7 was able to respawn, teleport in, and now he's the one who's got the onus on that Elder Drake if he wants it, and he definitely does want it. So with only Shin being alive on Thunder Talk's side, yeah, I don't think they know that BO7's on it, because he's already just committed to just one-manning that Elder Drake. This could be the comeback that FPX needs.
Yeah, oh man. Basically, a big mistake was made by BO7. Him getting taken down, but FPX, they still were able to handle Thunder Talk 4 versus 5. It was a crucial game, but they clutched it till the very end. Baron was negated, but it's okay. They managed to get the Elder Dragon this time around on a massive damage composition of FPX. Now they can just patiently wait for the Baron to spawn up once again, and Thunder Talk this time is going to be having a much harder time to contest this big objective.
Man, oh man, I gotta give it to BO7. He has been putting FPX on his back. Look at this score. He's the only one who's really positive on the entire team, and he's the one who's just been controlling the map here for FPX. And man, if Thunder Talk were to pick him off again, I think it would be a different story now, because they've got more combat efficiency, and they spotted out Xiao here. Accelerated Shock Blast doing a little bit of work, but actually FPX is they're faking that Baron.
But it's not working, because the Thundertalk, they were able to take the Scuttle Tribe a while ago. That did provide them at least the entry vision. Now they actually are seeing a little bit of a glimpse towards this objective. It's not gonna come through this time around. Shingdo7 is still able to take it. Now the Exegol that is gonna be used, but completely denied. X-Spy this time will fall down, and FPX are mad.
Good attempt, but nothing doing there for X-Spy. They say bye-bye to X-Spy as he tried to go for that steal. But now that does mean that Thundertalk, for basically the first time in this game, is kind of on the back foot here. It is going to be a 4v5, and they are already knocking on the doors here.
Chow getting locked down, says he's gonna be able to buy some time. Z as well going with a shock blast, dealing quite a bit of damage, but the base now gonna be open. SkyFL just going in with the perfect execution as well. Shingdo7 following it up, but still is not gonna be effective this time around, especially because of Zeri.
The Nexus!
The Nexus is exposed, and FPX focuses on it. It's a tied score this time around. FPX is the one to get the game.
1-1 as FPX mount a comeback here against Thundertalk Gaming off the back of Shingdo7. Definitely will be the MVP of that game. He did all of the work basically here for FPX. Every single engage that he did, all of the defense that he did for those objectives just culminated in FPX, being able to stall out and be relevant in that late game. From the very first blood, it was up to Shingdo7 to be the shining sword there for FPX. And Thundertalk, they did put up a really good fight. They were ahead for so long the game, but at the end of the day, they weren't able to stop the Lee Sin from rampaging.
Yeah, they managed to finally pick him off, and should have been a big opportunity for Thundertalk to take the Elder Dragon, but man, FPX, they don't really just give objectives. They always force fights, and they were able to clutch that 4 versus 5. I think that was the biggest moment for both of them actually, because it started off with a bad move by Shingdo7 pushing the bottom lane and was picked off by Thundertalk. But after that, it was actually a massive comeback here by FPX. To think that they were down by so much, but still was able to recover against Thundertalk. This time, they shined brightly here in this game. Shingdo7 as well was able to just prove that his Lee Sin is something that should always be respected.
Yeah, he even though he didn't do of the most damage, he had the most effectiveness, and he is the one who's really positive for FPX 7, 4, and 3, and the way that he was able to deny X-Spy that steal, I really think that X-Spy maybe shouldn't have gone for that. Maybe should have just focused on defending with the team, because in that 4v5 defense at the very end was just not great. Soil, even though he was 8-1-7, was not able to prevent the loss there for Thundertalk. And look at that, 22-14. Thundertalk had more kills, yet they still lost because FPX was just so much more prepared. They had so much more just aggressiveness and plays being made by Shingdo7. So yeah, it was just a jungle carry, even though he was a Lee Sin.
That's true. That's incredibly true. X-Spy as well tried to really focus on targeting SkyFL, trying to neutralize him, but it wasn't effective anymore in the end, especially with the help of Shingdo7. He's just everywhere in this map. And well-deserved MVP, just like what you mentioned. You said it from the beginning, and definitely it is massively true. It's his 5th MVP this time around. He deserves more for sure, especially after this amazing performance. The score is tied, man. This is going to be an insane series. I'm just so happy right now being able to watch this right now.
Absolutely. It is just some of the best Wild Rift that we are going to be seeing, because this is the playoffs. Everything hinges on this match for both these teams. So it's 1-1. Who's going to take the first 2 score here? We'll find out after the short break. Don't go anywhere.
Feel the thorns embrace. Death is in bloom. None will escape my grasp.
This will be quite the deadly spectacle. My home is in the cosmos, amongst my stars.
Score is tied here between Thunder Talk and Fun Plus Phoenix. Who's going to get the lead once again here in game number 3? I'm G10 coming at you. With me is Gyang. And this is looking to be a lot closer of a match than we initially thought.
Yeah, that flash in the Elder Dragon was insanely close as well. And FPX finding an opportunity to kind of the members of Thunder Talk. After being able to clutch that Elder Dragon fight, BO7 able to teleport and clutch that fight as well alongside with SkyFL. And after taking the Elder Dragon, they were able to take the Baron and completely negate all of the lead by Thunder Talk. And now, looks like Thunder Talk are still going to be retaining on red side here.
That is a curious choice, because we thought initially, we were talking about like between the break, we thought that they would go, blue side this time and try to get C on that Akali, but it doesn't seem like they want to go for that. And it does look like, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Same bans here so far, because these are just high priority champions that we see getting banned out. So nothing wrong with that, but this is just, maybe if something is not working, change it up, or try to ban something for your opponent's place, their plan, their game plan. But they just finally something different gets banned out. The Akali and taken off the board, so not available for SkyFL or Z.
Yeah, well, this is a big change actually on the side of FPX. I wonder which champion they are going to be picking up this time around here. Camille has been very helpful for XBuy, and having them remove the Akali kind of prevents that much answers for Thunder Talk. Most likely, they are just going to be picking up the Renekton, maybe the Galio as well, to prevent FPX from having that combination.
Yeah, but with that Camille can take it out, XBuy does need to switch up his champion. A lot of junglers still available. If he wants to go for the Lee Sin, it is also something that is possible. Hecarim is up, so yup. Hecarim will be picked up here by XBuy. That is one of the junglers that is still really strong, even after the patch, just because he is tanky. He does quite a surprising bit of damage, and he's got a huge engage / disengage tool in that Onslaught of Shadows, as well as really powerful ganks that is hard to get away from.
Garen, it was tried out by FPX yesterday during their match against Race Esports, particularly Game 4, but it didn't really pan out as well as they intended it to be. But maybe with this kind of change in the composition, it might actually work.
It could. It really could. But now, Z gonna be going on that Vladimir. Very, very stable champion in the mid lane. Hard to gank. Hard to... excuse me. Hard to get behind. Especially if you're, if you're playing any sort of sustained damage laner, you just kind of lose to Vladimir. You have to try to burst him down, and Zoe's one of those champions that does really well against Vladimir, but she's not going to be available for SkyFL to play here. So, SkyFL has got to find another solution for this Vladimir here.
I wonder what's going to be the response here of FPX, because Zoe has been taken away, right? And it's usually the best matchup against the Vladimir. Kassadin is still on the table here, if ever Sky does want to pick that up. But it's sometimes very risky to pick that champion up, especially because of how long it does take for the Kassadin to pop off. They did try it out yesterday, though. They tried it during the second game against Esports, and they did win that game as well, but with a different composition. I wonder if this time they will still be confident in picking the Kassadin up. It's a matchup to the Vladimir. Seth has been removed alongside with the Gragas as well. Chansey, I think, will just go with the Alistar.
Alistar would do really well in this composition. Very tanky boys with great engage, while Soil, of course, will be picking up that Zeri. He's been very comfortable on it. 3 out of 3 games so far. In this match, he has played that Zeri. Just, not doing anything too fancy, just being a good damage dealer in that dragon lane. So, not all too much pressure on Soil, but the Xayah here, keeping Kong safe, a lot more safety here. But of course, if they're able to get that Galio going from level 1 to 2, then that could be a very difficult kill lane to deal with. But the Kassadin, as you were discussing, will be picked up, but the Sona as well. Lots of stats, lots of utility here for Thundertalk.
It's going to be Speed City here on the side of Thundertalk. They don't really have the severe, but still can be effective, especially that they already have 2 front lines on their side. Let's see if this is going to be very effective in this match against FPX, because they have a lot of bursts on their side as well. The Xayah can prove to be very good at zoning the members of Thundertalk away as well, especially because of the feathers and the blade caller. Let's see. Everything is on the line right now here in this series. Whoever wins this will have leverage in terms of points, and will be closer towards that series point as well.
Exactly, this game, while it's not yet, the match point or anything, it's still a very important game, especially with these kind of newer compositions. Because for the past 2 games, we've seen almost basically the exact same composition twice for both of them. But now they're getting a little bit more different, a little bit more experimental. I like the Kassadin pick, but as you mentioned, it is going to take a while to come online. So that is the risk that FPX is going to take. Their composition does look very, very stable, but far from the early game aggression that we are quite used to seeing from FPX. But the Sona, well, this is going to be kind of a baptism of fire here for Shangzi on that Sona.
Yeah, and this is just one of the things we love about Wild Rift, how great the teams are in drafting compositions creatively as well. Sona has been a great pair for the Hecarim as well, that normally we do see with the Severe as well. But regardless, it can still prove to be very useful. The thing about this draft though is that the Dragon Laner and the support of Thundertalk should be very careful, especially that they don't really have that much frontline, at least in the lane.
Yeah, but even with no Sivir, I think that because Zeri is also a very speedy champion, could still pretty much function almost the same way, just on an individual level. Now, how 69 seconds of crowd control by Chao in the last game, that's pretty nice, I would say.
Very nice.
Very nice indeed.
Insanely nice, and it is back-to-back as well. Chansey taking a bit of poke is just damage felt by Thundertalk in general.
Yeah, now this is, again, a very different kind of playstyle for FPX. Looks a lot more passive, a lot more scaling available for them. But with that Camille, you know, they could still go for some early game fight, some early game skirmishes here, especially when that Camille hits 5 once he gets his Hextech ultimatum unlocked. They could start looking for more, but looks like Shin is just crossing the wave now because he knows there is not really a threat from the Garen.
Yeah, it's basically playing as a Sin in the top lane, and pretty much there's nothing that 128 can do in the laning phase. Just clear out the way, prevent the enemy waves from crashing into his tower as well. I think the 7 spotted out is still fine.
Spotted out, the bottom lane will be coming in to assist because, you know, Z is in a very good spot as a Vladimir against, you know, a Camille and the Kassadin. Until that Rift Walk comes up, and you know, even until, say, he gets his 3rd ultimate point, that Kassadin is going to be a lot less effective. His delta is a lot lower than that Vladimir is throughout the entire game. So, until, you know, at the very end when they scale up.
It takes so much time.
That's a stun, and Soil has to flash out, but there's gonna be X-Spy coming in. The flash has been forced from Chao. There's also Shadows to get that first blood. Kong, though, still fighting back, though Shang-Chi, there's that, yep, the dancing finale, the disco ball of doom, as I like to call it, will just keep Thundertalk safe. That first blood, very nice.
Especially with the timing there of X5, right? It's already a full commitment by FPX. We look into that replay as well and how it was perfectly orchestrated. Chao going in too deep. Perfect timing as well by the flash of Soul, and that's just an easy execution by X5. Punish the open extension, and no trace at all was made by FPX simply because of a great use of the dancing finale by Chen Si. That any sort of follow-up, it will take some time as well for the Kassadin to be able to make great moves here in this game as well. Level 13 is the name of the game here for FPX. But even so, Thundertalk does have great scaling as well and can be threatening.
It definitely can, especially if they're able to get some leads in the early and mid game with the help of X-Vi, who, you know, has been a lot more proactive so far than his counterpart, Xingdao 7. Even though, you know, Xingdao 7, he was the MVP of the last game because of the way that he just controlled the game with his Lee Sin, controlled so much of the map, basically was the hero for that entire game. But now, kind of relaxing a little bit, taking a back seat at the moment because everybody on the side of FPX just wants to scale up. They don't really want to go for, you know, those big, aggressive early games that we're used to seeing from them. So this is they're kind of showing that they can play the long game as well, which kind of has been happening for the past couple of games. The long game has been the focus for both of these teams.
Yeah, Thundertalk as well getting a bit of a leverage in terms of gold early into this game as well, prior to the 5-minute mark in which objectives are going to be spawning up. Black Cleaver picked up already by X-Vi is again just some lead that he has over Xingdao 7 just because of that gank in the bottom lane. It can be useful for them later on as well. Executioner's Calling picked up early as well. That's how good actually this Hecarim is compared to the Camille.
Yeah, that first blood really doing a lot of work for him, and that does mean that the X-Vi is going to be the first here on that dragon. He has been seen by the Scuttle Crab, but look at that, already engaged onto the bottom lane. That is going to be a dead Kassadin just very, very casually. Wasn't even able to Rift Walk out of there, as Shang-Chi just kept Soil so healthy, and X-Vi just soloing that Drake. A trade of objectives, of course. Just Rift Herald for Drake, but it does seem like Thundertalk, they want to once again set up for the big soul later on by grabbing that first Drake. And man, Soil is getting so much done here in the bot lane on that turret, just already getting 3 tower plates as well as that Kassadin kill. He's going to be coming back very, very fed. Ooh. Could have been close. But this shouldn't be taking that tower, yeah. Just some turret plates. Because they didn't get that first plate yet. But SkyFL, you can feel he's already starting to hurt a little bit, but not too much. Z you know, he is taking quite a bit of damage, but there is no window for them to really aggress onto that cast, and especially with that Rift Walk still available. So a very kind of difficult situation in the mid lane for both teams to look for a positive outcome. Yeah, so it is kind of weird that it's Thundertalk who are being a lot more aggressive in the early game compared to FPX, because that's something we've been seeing throughout the regular season. But, you know, FPX, they know that if they're able to survive for a while, if they're able to keep themselves, you know, not losing until the late game, then they become instantly so much more threatening because of that cast, and because of that Saya that can't keep herself safe while doing so much damage. So I guess we shall see, because the ganks are not coming out so far here from either Xby or BO7. Exactly. Speaking of fights, at objectives, the Infernal Drake should be spawning in a bit, and Xby does want to have the first position there compared to BO7. Now Zim, though, he's going to be tanking that Demolition Justice and just walking away. He knows that he's safe to just get out of there. Doesn't even need the Dominus. Doesn't even flash. Just walks away from the Garen. Closer and closer we get to Skyafell being an absolute menace later on. But of course, if he doesn't have a lot of items, even if he gets level 13, it's going to be still a difficult time for him to try to go for some kills, especially considering that he is not in the lead in any way, shape, or form here compared to the enemy mid laner. So yeah, it does look like in about 7 seconds this dragon is spawning. Xby should be around the mid lane. This is where they're going to be coming in to contest. You know, the top laners are being called down to assist.
Let's see if FPX this time can actually fight. Thundertalk is going towards the bottom side. Xby just pressuring them, just zoning them actually.
Yeah, look at that sustain as well from Shang Siege. Xby can just keep doing this, can keep showing himself, threatening that onslaught of shadows. They're so pumped up. That could be a good opportunity, but he doesn't want to go for it just at the moment. But you can see that Chengxi is just keeping him topped up just little by little. There's the onslaught of shadows finally onto 2, and they're trying to isolate Dawn 128 there, but there's the hero's entrance coming in from Chao. Nobody has died yet, but it should be the first kill. On the Shin, almost, but not quite. He's just 1 HP. Xby now focusing on that Drake. They've successfully pushed FPX back. A bunch of BO7 still very healthy, can still contest, can still go for the Smite Seal, while Shin is not in the fight. Skyfell finally making his way in, but he gets exhausted immediately and almost killed! Actually,
so close!
So he has to get away from there, so this just makes FPX's fight a lot less easy, a lot more challenging, so they will just go for that tower instead and give up the Drake to Thundertalk.
Yeah, they have to give it away. It's not yet time. FPX though just giving their intention, actually. Just threatening a little bit there. Starting to fight back, which is very positive of FPX. Yes, they have to give the dragon away, simply because it's not time yet. But they're starting to actually be able to fight back, which is a great indication of their scaling actually happening on the side of FPX. Later on, when the Cassidy is level 13 and has picked up his third item, that is going to be the time in which Thundertalk has to rethink if they should be going in towards a fight. And even if they have picked up the 2 dragons already, the last dragon, the Battle for Soul, is going to be much more difficult for Thundertalk.
Yeah, this pressure being put on FPX because of that sell point is really big. Even though the gold lead is not all too big, it should be noted that, you know, because of those 2 dragons, the scaling for Thundertalk is going to be a lot stronger coming into the later phases of the game. But with that Baron there is always that threat that if you lose a fight, you know, they can just bulldoze that over. But Shin has been isolated here. 1 versus 2. Dawn is going to be the one to take that kill. X by now coming in, but he doesn't want to go for that 1v2, even with the Damasha Justice not already being used. So, once again, that is going to be a very good pick for FPX.
Done yet. Z's here?
We are not done. BO7 is in a lot of trouble. I don't think that Hemoplague went off, so Z is not going to be able to finish that kill off from the side. So it's still a great way to push them back, but not enough to get that kill.
Yeah, imagine 13 minutes and we only have 3 total kills in this game. Everyone is just scaling up. And again, that's just respect by both of these teams. It's very uncharacteristic actually to see FPX not looking for kills. But it's their design of their composition. It's them just focusing on the win condition of this composition right now. 2 items already here for the Scattered, plus the Zonia's Hourglass enchantment for the boots as well. So it would be very helpful for repositioning later on. When he is caught by the members here of Thundertalk, and so much defensive items picked up is again going to be problematic here for Thundertalk to take this Kassadin down.
And I love the discipline here being shown by FPX. They're usually used to, you know, just risking everything for the skirmish, risking everything to engage on 1, maybe 2 people, but they have been really just trying to find small leads here. That was actually that 1 versus 2 that they did on Shin was the very first kill that they had this entire game. SkyFL, he's looking to get maybe an assassination here. He's level 12, just a little bit under that level 13 power spike. If he gets onto X by here, it could be very deadly because Shin and Soil are around as well.
Ooh!
But oh my god, he just almost dies there.
He's dead!
He actually does die. He just immediately gets 1 shot, basically. So now it's going to be a 4v5. There's a hero's entrance. SHIN7, though, is the other one who gets taken out. But, you know, they are still alive. The Martian Justice does not take out Soil. X-By is gone. He says bye-bye. Dawn128 trying to go for the dive. There's a Justice Punch and the Ignite. And SkyFL goes for the Rift Walk. All he needs to do is go for the and that's exactly what happens. Everything is falling apart for Thundertalk. The last man standing is not standing for all too long as Shin. Actually, he gets at least 1 kill before he goes down. But that is a 5-4-2. FPX gets at it.
Imagine only having 1 kill for 14 minutes and then suddenly getting 5 kills, an ace against Thundertalk that has 2 dragon stats prior to this fight. And it all started with a patience play by SkyFL. Z did not expect 2 things to happen. 1 is the flank by Sky, and 2, the damage output by the Kassadin and the Ignite took him down as well. Thundertalk tried to retaliate, but again, not having the Vladimir on this fight is key for FPX winning towards this, because Soil as well was pressured to fall back immediately after being pinned down by the majority of the members of FPX. And no damage at all on the side of Thundertalk. Even if they have the Sona for the sustain, no damage was felt by FPX.
SHIN7 already on that Ice Drake. This is going to be a pretty big fight here. They need to go for that steal, and that's not going to happen. No soul once again. And that blood pool will keep Z safe. There's a Hextech Ultimatum into the hero's entrance, but that could have been a mistake because Dawn128 is already down. It's going to be a 5 versus 4, but Thundertalk get that 1 kill. Unfortunately, they wanted the Dragons, so now they are going to go threatening Baron. That's now that, you know, SHIN7 does not have a smite.
This is what we talked about. FPX slowly bouncing
Exactly.
back. Baron gonna be targeted by
Skyfell.
Undertalk.
Skyfall could go big here. Challenging on 7. They are playing defense. They are distracting Thundertalk. Waiting for SkyFL to go for it. Oh my god, so tense. SkyFL makes his way into the Baron pit. The steal coming in for FPX, and they've trapped Thundertalk inside the pit. They've already gotten 3. Now Soil is gone, and Shin is the last man standing once again, but he will be standing now. What a hold from FPX. What a play from SkyFL. And of course, Qingdao 7. Everything is going FPX's way.
And they're just running their way towards mid lane. They have been very patient for 15 minutes. And after the patience play, this time it's time to reap the fruits of their labor. And that's gonna be game number 3 for FPX.
Shin is the last line of defense, but he won't be defending it for long. He still goes down just milliseconds before the Nexus does. And FPX secure their second game of the series. 2 more, and they advance. But what a game. What a draft from FPX.
Dude, this performance by FPX reminds me of how J-Team performed before in Season 1. Patience, scaling, and meticulous positioning for team fights. This is not FPX that we're seeing right now. Usually we see them being very aggressive from minute 1. But this time, they drafted a scaling composition and stuck to the winning condition, to the T. Even if they weren't getting any kills, even if they had to give objectives away, 2 dragons, towers as well towards Thundertop, it doesn't matter. They were very patient. 15 minutes they stalled. And again, what happened? An ace after the incredible position of SkyFL towards Z. And just incredible objective taking as well. The steal by Qingdao 7 as well. Great position by SkyFL on that Baron fight as well. It's just top notch by FPX this time around.
Man, that was such an impressive just playstyle from FPX, because as you said, this is not what we're used to seeing. This is definitely not the FPX that we have been seeing for the entirety of the regular season. And I mean, this just shows that they understand the meta. They understand that they can't just rely on that aggressive playstyle all the time to be able to win. And they're capable of picking up a scaling composition and just holding on until they're able to meet their requirements, to meet their scaling win condition. This is actually the fastest game that we've seen this entire series. 17 minutes. We had 20 minutes and then a 22-minute game for game number 2. And then this time, because FPX, when they met the conditions, they just went all in. They were able to just deal a very decisive blow against Thundertalk.
And dude, 7-1 and 2 on the Kassadin. 30% damage dealt by Sky on a scaling champion, playing patiently, waiting for the power spikes to happen. And they had built defensive items as well. It's just incredible feat by the mid laner of FPX and FPX in general. This is just a demonstration, proof that FPX is not only notorious for being very aggressive, but they can also adapt as well. And Sky, well deserved of an MVP, SVP as well towards Qingdao 7, especially because of his Baron steal, but just amazing play by FPX. Now they are the ones leading the series 2-1. And man, I think Thundertop this time around has to switch to blue side.
I know, I mean, SkyFL, he was a little bit underwhelming for the first 2 games, but now he has shown up, and this may be the time for things to get, switched up for Thundertalk. But we'll see in game number 4 after this short break.
This will be quite the deadly spectacle. My home is in the cosmos, amongst my stars. are not born, they are made by me.
Let's go. Sicker than the wizard with a top hat. So heavy when I drop it like a backpack. Chit chat, best stick it in a WhatsApp. Looking at the glitter in your Snapchat. What's that? You break like a plate in an earthquake on the first day, like a clown at birthday. Too late, gotta wait for the first.
牛啊，这个球！菜呢？
Feel the thorns embrace. Death is in bloom. None will escape my grasp.
This will be quite the deadly spectacle. My home is in the cosmos, amongst my stars. Stars are not born, they are made by me.
FPX definitely flexing their adaptability, especially in that game number 3. But let's see if Thunder Talk this time can clutch their game and tie up the score once again. We're still Shoutcasters. My name is Kiyong with G10 as well. We're very excited for game number 4.
Yes, we are, because this is going to be the first game where Thunder Talk will be on the blue side this time. So they can switch it up quite a bit against FPX. But yeah, the F in FPX stands for flex, man. They are not just a one-note team. They can also play the long game. They can play scaling. Even though, you know, their macro was still a little bit underdeveloped compared to Thunder Talk, they were able to control those team fights, especially when SkyFL's Cassided, you know, started really scaling up. So now this is going to be a whole different ball game, a whole different story in game number 4.
Yeah, let's see what Thunder Talk is gonna be doing here on blue side. Looks like Renekton, the Renekton of Dawn 128, is immediately going to be respected here by FPX, because normally FPX does pick up the Renekton alongside with a Camille. And since they have removed the Aatrox as well, this is massive respect by Thunder Talk in the possible answers here of FPX.
Yeah, big respect coming in. But of course, FPX, they are still going to be banning out, I mean, Evelyn. You have to ban out Evelyn. But the Silver, they still do not want to give that over to Thunder Talk, because they know what Soil can do. And they know that just being on the hunt gives so much mobility and utility to Thunder Talk in those mid to late game stages. But so much respect being given out here by Thunder Talk to FPX's top and jungler here. Aatrox, Camille, and Renekton all gone. I wonder what they're setting up for in the top lane then.
Yeah, Zoe is available, Hecarim is available, Thundertalk can first pick the Hecarim and later on pick the Zoe. If FPX is not gonna be responding with a Zoe pick, it has been a long time since we have seen a Zoe as well, simply because it's oftentimes banned away. Now Hecarim gonna be picked up here by Thundertalk. FPX can still pick up the Jax for Dawn 128, possibly something like Igalio as well for Chao.
Yep, this Hecarim 4X buy, even though it wasn't successful at winning in the last game, he was instrumental in keeping Thundertalk, winning that early to mid game. It just was when, SkyFL was able to bring out his real power that they started falling apart. So that's something that FPX is, they are showing that they can do that. But now with the Fiora, it does seem like they want to, and the Orange as well. It seems like they want to go back to their, maybe their early game aggression kind of style here, especially when they're up against, I wouldn't say they're up against the wall, but they do not prefer the red side at all here.
This is going to be new as well on the side of FPX, to be honest. Picking the Fiora up is uncharacteristic of FPX. They haven't picked this champion up in 2 series already. And this is going to be very risky for sure, but we cannot deny the fact that FPX is good at adapting the Kassadin again. It's just going to be picked up here by SkyFL. Looks like FPX is going on the defensive once more, allowing Thundertalk to take control in the early game since they have a great advantage in the late game later on.
Yeah, and I'm kind of surprised actually that they still didn't go for the Zoe. SkyFL must be really, really confident in his Kassadin cast win strat, because he just demolished the Thundertalk in the last game. So if it ain't broke, don't fix it. But Zoe just does provide a lot more utility, a lot more catch potential, especially in those late stages of the game where a single Sleepy Trouble Bubble could change the entire outcome. But that doesn't matter if you just burst them down with the Rift Walk. So yeah, I still can see what SkyFL is attempting to do, and I really do respect that. But man, Ezreal plus Ornn, this is kind of a little bit of an aggressive bot lane for FPX though.
Yeah, I actually thought that Gong will still go with Isaiah since he did perform quite well in game number 3 a while ago. But Ezreal is much safer, I believe, especially if they're going for the scaling. Trushak Barrage can be quite troubling as well for team fights or prior to team fights, just because of the raw damage that it provides towards FPX. And Thundertalk has to really double down on engage, because I don't think FPX is going to be engaging at least in the first 15 minutes again in game 4.
Yeah, but a Rakan being picked up here for Shang-Chi. I like the theory, because this does combo really well with that Hecarim. I mean, if you can get a really good quickness grant entrance into the Onslaught of Shadows, you can get 2-3 people down before the fight basically even starts here for Thundertalk. But that is a team fight dream, and with FPX, I don't think that's gonna happen, because they do have some really good positioning in those fights, especially with BO7 being on that Lee Sin once again. This could be either him carrying the game, or just really setting up so many things for his team. And maybe if they focus on that mid lane, SkyFL could be a very, very fed Kassadin earlier on than we saw in the in the last game.
Yeah, especially BO7 picking up the Lee Sin. Oh man, I'm so excited to see what the plans are by Thundertalk and FPX, and how they will be able to successfully execute their strategies, because Thundertalk being on the back seat, or at least having their backs against the wall, especially in the series after losing 2 times in a row against FPX, is looking to finally be able to penetrate their defenses of FPX early into this game, especially with the Rakan pick. This can be very pivotal, but it can be a double-edged sword as well, because Rakan isn't really the most durable support here in this Wild Rift game.
Yeah, he really isn't, but the utility and the engage he does bring is pretty insane for a squishy support. And of course, in a big fight when everybody's grouped up, the quickness is such a good tool, but it looks like Chengxi is in a little bit of trouble. He can flash out of here. But yeah,
come on, Kong, let them
there
be.
you go.
So support will battle early.
Yeah, it was like just trade blows out supports, man. But yeah, now Soil has no support for level 1, has to play backwards, and this does give Kong that so much leeway, such a big advantage really.
This is a weird stat. Area of Perseverance, 701 HP per minute as a heal. Yeah, that's high.
Interesting. But yeah, that is a very high stat per minute. So that is a lot actually if you think about it, because considering that you know, like usually towards the later stages of the game there's like 2,000 something health on you know, kind of 2,000 health on the carries.
Yeah.
700
and I did the
health
math.
is big.
That's a total of 12,000 health.
Dang.
By Chengxi in the previous game.
Oh.
It was 17 minutes. A bit of poke coming in, and again, this is just the Ezreal game in the bottom lane so far. It will take some time before the Zeri is going to be able to press him down as well. So they have to sit back and relax first.
Yeah, sit back and chill for now. But there is no mistake that Kong and Chao definitely want to have more control of the spot lane, at least for this game. And they have spotted out X-By, chase him away, get that information of where he is. Look at Shin, he's so low already, just by battling Dawn 128, and that's what happens with the Fiora.
Yeah, Dawn 128 having to main the Jax actually can be useful as well, because he knows how to counter the Jax as well. He's doing it so well with Fiora in the top lane, able to deny a couple of XP and gold away from Shin. Just picking up this pressure right now, is forced under the tower to safely farm. Shinto 7 is in the area as well, waiting if ever Shin will engage, but so far he doesn't. They just walk away, go back into the base and reset for now.
Could have been a setup for a Dragon's Rage and Insect play for Xingdao 7, but you know, he doesn't want to risk anything all too much, especially this early on, 2.5 minutes in. But because he does have that available, we could start seeing him look for more plays to make, because in game number 2, man, he just took over as that Lee Sin, so a very big performance booster for him now. So this ward though, he's gonna sneaky into the spot lane.
Ooh, calling the force shot, gonna be used into the Dragon's Rage. No escape is gonna be possible for Thunderdog. Early first blood kill, double kill by FPX, and Chao even survived.
Clean 2 kills there for FPX. Now X-By looking for a little bit more, will not be finding it. And this is kind of the FPX that we're used to, their early game aggression. Once again showing his face, but they do have that scaling option still with SkyFL, who's already taken a tower plate, and you know, because he is uncontested there, they'll be having a really good time. What a beautiful call of the Forge God here. Immediately that Zeri was just not in the equation anymore. Even though Xingdao 7, he flashed a little bit too far there, but still able to secure those kills. So big props to him. And yeah, this could be once again Xingdao 7 taking over the game.
That's the problem when you have it on. It's not the tankiest support. Chao engaging once more. And a while ago, Chao even survived 1 HP. Tower cancelled its auto attack as well. Was so unfortunate for Thundertalk, because they could have had at least a 1-for-2 trade. Nothing was actually acquired by Thundertalk a while ago.
Yep, Thundertalk just... It seems like they're being a lot more passive now. But I feel like they do need to be looking for at least something here to do with the Hecarim. Get an onslaught of shadows onto somebody. Ooh, delaying Soils back there might actually cost Thundertalk a little bit, because now he's not going to be able to really fight against Kong and Chao with the items that he has comparatively to that Ezreal.
Yeah, it's just plate fest here for Kong in the top lane. 2 plates secured will allow them to have this 3,000 gold lead pre-5 minutes. Is actually massive. FPX on a scaling composition is being so aggressive in the early game and getting advantages as well.
Yeah, they want to get that. Oh, look at this grand challenge.
Yeah, just
Nothing
back
though.
away as well because of the ignite and the damage as well thrown out by the Jax. Shelly gonna be picked up here by Shingdao7 again, utilize it in the mid lane as well because I don't think Kong and Chao needs help anymore here in the top lane. Mid lane though, Team Play gonna be used, he is still gonna be fine though. Will walk away, XY just taking this dragon down. Shelly gonna be used here in the mid lane, taking this tower down. Easy peasy lemon squeezy by FPX.
Yeah, and 2 towers down already for FPX. I called their macro lacking it earlier, but now it is definitely on full display. Thunder Talk, they're still trying to, get what they can, tower plates, and whatever source of gold that they can get, but it is just a big lead building up for FPX already from like the very first start of the game. Now XY though, he's trying to go for a very sneaky lane gank.
Yeah, Gong is sensing it, is smelling it. A bit of a gank here, but he will still overextend, and the pickup should be there. 1 kill by Thunder Talk still. Lots of investment though to just pick 1 kill is just respect by Thunder Talk towards FPX.
Yeah, most definitely FPX had the opportunity to fight that with Shingdao7 around, but yeah, Kong just kind of overextended a tiny bit, got Grand Entrance. And that's all she wrote there. It just FPX being a tiny bit careless. Even though he was shooting shots through that bush, was not able to spot anybody out, so he thought it was a little bit safe.
Black Gold! It actually be tilting there for Shingdao7. Also unfortunate, but still he was able to escape. Good on this side. Yeah. He has to be very careful though. If they make more mistakes than that, then all of the leads can just be thrown over the bus.
Yeah, because honestly, this series is about who makes less mistakes. Because that is basically what won the first 2 games, was mistakes being made and comebacks being felt to the team that was winning initially. But now it is all about FPX just kind of controlling this game. Already a 4.2 thousand gold lead, 2 towers down. This is pretty huge for this early in the game. So they can definitely start working their way in further and contesting those objectives really well.
Yeah. And it's all because of 3 members here of FPX. Don128 in the laning phase, Gong as well, and Shingdao7. Now XY gonna be visiting in the bottom lane, will be just denied of a gank simply because of how the defense is really good here on the side of FPX. It has to be 4 people just to kill Kong, and that's the main problem here of Thunder Talk.
Yeah, even though Thunder Talk did get that 1 kill onto the Asriel, as you said, they invested so much into it, but look at this grand challenge.
Yeah, not gonna be fully procced here by Don128. Shin is doing a really good job holding his own in the laning phase, is having a bit of trouble, but with the help of his allies, they should be able to at least take this third down or deal a massive damage towards it. Looks like they are gonna be fully committing. FPX just get the tower in the bottom lane. Don128 just preventing the full push. And Shingdao7 getting the kick onto XY. Onto the is gonna be used though. It's gonna be massive damage taking the lead down. Call it the board god though. Knocking someone in the members here of Thunder Talk. The charge gonna be there. The breath as well. Soil taking too much damage. Vladimir's gonna be taken down. Great damage coming through from Kong. And a great answer by FPX.
2-for-1 for FPX, a buy one take one special being shown here by FPX, and because everyone else was so low from that fight, now Kong has pretty much free reign to go on this tower a little bit, but XBuy coming in to go for that defense. Look at this this map control now by FPX. It seems like they're all over the map when Thunder Talk wants to make a play, even though they were the ones who initiated that and got the first kill. They were not able to come together as 5 and defend against the Asriel that was coming in.
Yeah. You get 1, we take 2, basically is the statement every time by FPX, and it's coming to reality as well. Thunder Talk, a team that was number 1 in the group stages, right now is struggling against FPX, a team that definitely has struggled a bit during the regular season, has been able to clutch it out, qualifying for the playoffs, but has been dominating ever since.
And honestly, that is just a playoffs buff for FPX, man. this is something that we weren't able to see last season, but now they are definitely making the most of this playoffs. If they're able to take Thunder Talk down here, that is going to be a really huge achievement because they really were dominant in the regular season, in the group stages, but now everything is just looking like FPX has full control. They just got that Drake for free, no contest from Thunder Talk at all.
Yeah, we're seeing Sky FL even bullying XY in that instance, preventing any access for the Sekiram to get into the Dragon's Pit, and soul denied, basically, by FPX towards Thunder Talk.
Yeah. Even though Thunder Talk has been really on point with getting that first Drake for the entire series, they have not yet been able to secure that Dragon's Soul so far. FPX has just been denying it again and again and again, and that's something that I think will be continuing throughout the rest of this series, whether it's one more game after this or if we go the full 7. Because honestly, it looks like FPX is just on a different level than Thunder Talk now, which is kind of curious because they lost really badly, I would say, against them in the regular season.
Yeah, FPX has been a team that definitely struggled not only in the regular season of this season, but especially last season as well. They weren't even able to qualify for the playoffs last season, but right now they're really making it happen. They're just valuing this spot right now that they're getting. Shin is dealt so much damage by SkyFL, and it's just a level 11 Kassadin. 2 items, still the same items that he did pick up a while ago in the previous game. 12 minutes. We're not even at the 15-minute mark just yet, in which we did say that FPX is gonna be very dangerous to engage on by Thunder Talk, but still, we're seeing such great developments by FPX.
Yeah, and they are just in the jungle contesting, and Z was in a lot of danger. Here's the force shot.
Z has to escape, has to flash away. The kick is going to be there as well onto XY, and he will just use the escape. Chicken 7 though, going with the designating strike, and will be taken down here by Soil as well. It's a big mistake by the Lee Sin, and Thunder Talk is there to capitalize.
Yeah, thankfully there is not really a huge objective that Thunder Talk can go for. Sure, they can try to pressure some turrets, but Baron is out of the picture. Or at least cannot be tried there, as well as no dragon. But that was a look at this resonating strike. He went so deep. That it's at least in me. My mind's telling me no.
But the body just went through there. Oh, unfortunate for J7. Intrusive thoughts. What?
Oh wow, the burst!
What? Okay, it's two
One
things.
shot.
Just Kassadin, late game Kassadin things, and the Rakan just basically being so squishy. Even if you build tank items, you're still gonna be very, very now, numbers advantage by FPX. Chow going in as well. XY trying to tank everything, but it's taking too much already. The kick is gonna be there. Also the shadows, but the Drusha Barrage nearly connecting onto him as well. Thunder Talk now doesn't have their jungler. The Baron's just gonna be on the table right now by FPX.
That was such a very, very small dodge by XY to get out of danger there of the True Shot Barrage. Baron being secured here by FPX gives them a nice little gold boost. And of course, they will be sieging it down really, really well with an Ezreal. One of the best champions to siege down with. So expect Thunder Talk to kind of have a lot of difficulty now in their tier 2 turrets before this Drake. So man, what a big play, but look where Shang-Chi is looking for a backdoor play here against Kong and Chow.
Good flank. 2 versus 3 in case, but actually Z already took a lot of damage from the pokes there of Kong and Chow. You have to call off the gank there in the mid lane. Look at the confidence here of FPX. Dude, 2 versus 5 and they're not scared at all. Kong still continues on the poke. Despite having a Rakan on Thunder Talk's side is insane. It is basically a statement here by FPX. Topside though gonna be initiated here by Don 128 against 2 people. The Call of Lord's gonna be passive as well. Barrage top gonna be connecting, Sing as well, just burning to death. Still gonna be able to blow the candle off or the fire down. Thunder Talk still is intact, has 5 people, but the base is now being knocked down by FPX. All outer turrets destroyed already. Massive value of this Baron right now.
Huge Baron power play there, taking all 3 tier 2 turrets and now knocking on those inhib turrets. The top one is already half health, and FPX, they are just dominating this game. They are not giving any chances for Thundertalk to breathe. Now they're going to go for that Ocean Drake, just in BO7, casually soloing it. And look at that gold lead as well. More than 10,000, 11,000, almost 12,000 gold in the lead now for FPX. And they are showing what it means to be, very, very flexible in their playstyle.
Yeah, this is an insane Baron power play, to be honest, by FPX. Getting so much gold, taking all the outer turrets, and getting the last dragon as well. SkyFL looking to have a good position to gank as well. Some of the members here of Thundertalk, that is going to be 4 members running down here in the bottom lane. Sky has to be very careful.
Oh, one shot!
Dear Lord, where did the damage come from? Jingle7 going to be following up as well. Gets the kick onto Soil. And it's going to be flashing away. Call of support God going to be connecting onto him. On substance onto the back line. Cassidy will fall down. But what will be the cause? What will be the bill? The rest of FPX is going to be here. Soil still continuing onto the pre-hit, but still it's going to be taken down. Kong going to be here into the bottom lane as well. Shin going to be joining as well. The Grand Chan is getting the healing down onto the FPX. And they're just going to be raining down onto the members here of Thundertalk. Charge not going to be connecting though. They have to call it off. But 2 kills in exchange for 1 is still not even that damage by SkyFL. It's just insane. The tower's going to be falling down in the bottom lane. Shin still going to be coming onto the spike. Counter-strike going to be used. X-File gonna get deleted in an instant. And again, it's just a statement here basically by FPX. And they're just gonna be running down here onto the Nexus. He's gonna be here, but to no avail. FPX match point already against Thundertalk. 3-1. Very close to the series already.
I'm getting chills with how well FPX is playing. I thought it would take longer, but they just pulled the trigger as soon as that fight was going their way. They just pushed all the way to the Nexus, and there was no escaping from FPX. They are definitely having a lot of fun. Plus the Phoenix here, because they did lose that first game, but they have risen from the ashes to take the next 3. And now, match point, Thundertalk about to be eliminated.
Yeah, man, I'm just so hyped here in this game. Insane performance by FPX, and take note. I hope you do understand why we are getting so excited here in this game. It's because FPX, a team that wasn't even able to qualify in last season, was able to qualify right now and is dominating so many teams right now. One-sided beatdowns being delivered by FPX, and right now the #1 team in the regular season in the CN Conference is being taken down by FPX as well. Thundertalk is a team. This is a no joke of a team, but they're being handed down by FPX with an insane beatdown. 1 more game, 1 more win, and they're gonna be able to fully dethrone Thundertalk's chances to reach the final.
Oh, this is so intense, man. This is basically a Cinderella story for FPX, because they did start in the lower bracket, and this is the very first gold graph we've seen that is just consistently in one side. It's, for the past 3 games, it's kind of been back and forth, but for now, Thundertalk has not been able to stem the tide here. They only got 1 tower, and after that, FPX just absolutely took them apart. And thanks in part to BO7, but mostly because of SkyFL, man. I would say his threat level is just too high, and he was one-shotting basically towards the end of that. Z was not even able to get into Blood Pool. He just got instantly deleted.
Instantly deleted. 3 hits and he's dead. That's how much damage SkyFL actually had. And imagine ganking alone 3 members of Thundertalk. Normally we would say it would be a throw, but man, FPX, they have balls of steel here in this playoffs right now, basically having the best confidence, and they're backing it up as well with their play style. SkyFL back-to-back MVP as well on the Cassidy, and definitely is well deserved.
Yeah, a huge MVP there for SkyFL. And of course, this is going to be a big point of contention now coming into the next game. I think that if they don't ban out that Cassidy, SkyFL can once again just take it over. But match point. Everything is on the line here now for Thunder Talk. They have to play almost perfectly, or else FPX will be taking this win. We'll find out in the next game after the short break. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is potentially the final game of the series. It's match point right now for Fun plus Phoenix against Thunder Talk. They have the chance to take down the second Titan here. They already took care of Trace Esports. Now Thunder Talk is on the line. I'm G10 coming at you with me is Giyang. And this time, once again, FPX is on the blue side.
And FPX definitely is having the best performance right now. The Dark Horses of the CN Conference, a team that hasn't been able to qualify in the playoffs last season, is right now giving a one-sided beatdown against Thunder Talk. And Thunder Talk has to really step up. The only game they have won so far here is game number 1. And it really took them such a big effort to be able to win that game. It really took them taking so much against FPX just to be able to win. FPX still maintains giving so much respect to Thunder Talk, taking the Akali down, taking the Severe as well, definitely preventing any Hecarim Sona Severe combinations for Thunder Talk.
Lord almighty, this is going to be a tough one for Thunder Talk. The bans still stand as a Shanakali Sivir for FPX, but this time Shingdao7 is the one on that hacker. It was left open, but not for X-Buy at the moment. So with Thunder Talk having that 2-pick priority, excuse me, that I wonder if they're gonna once again focus on their top in the jungle. Does look like Shin still wants to go for that Renekton.
Yeah, this is going to be very interesting as well. FPX getting the heck out of him instead of the usual picks that they've had so far here in this game. Thunder Talk immediately responding with early game aggression, picking up the Jace, picking up the Renekton. Again, can be very useful in setting control here in the early game, but FPX finally, after so long being deprived of picking up an Aatrox, will not hesitate taking it up this game.
Yeah, finally we see an Aatrox coming out. Wow, and Skya fell going on that Zoe. Just making sure that Z, if he decides to pick up Vladimir, will be having a hard time. Or he can go for the Vladimir as well. But keep in mind that the Zoe is still up. So Skyfell may be the one who could be having a difficult time if Z decides to go for that Zoe and put this Jace in the jungle. Although that is a little bit of a worse idea now on this particular patch, 4.4D. So yeah, actually it will still be the Zoe. Possibly, yep, the Zoe in the mid lane and then the Jace in the jungle.
Yeah, definitely. Thunder Talk is making FPX regret not picking the Zoe up. Simply because Zoe is a great matchup against the Vladimir. FPX thought that the Jace is going to be the one used into the mid lane, but they were so wrong. This might be the chance that Thunder Talk has been waiting for. A mistake in the drafting phase of FPX. But take note, it's not really a grievous mistake. Since the Vladimir has great synergy alongside with the Aatrox and the Hecarim as well, they can still work their way on team fight. So Stain is going to be there on their side as well. If they are going to be able, they're going to be able to avoid the Sleepy Trouble Bubble and the Paddle Stars of C, and that's going to allow them to still win a team fight.
Absolutely, that can be a very difficult proposition for Thunder Talk then if they're not able to deal with this Vladimir, this Aatrox. There's a lot of big damage dealers, but also pretty tanky on the side of FPX. I mean, Vladimir can be surprisingly tanky with all of the lifesteal he has and the effective HP, as well as that blood pool. Aatrox, of course, once he pops out World Ender, can, if he is in the right spot, can basically 1v4, 1v3. So it comes down to Z and X-Buy to poke them down, do a lot of damage with those Paddle Stars, with those accelerated shock blasts to butter up the members of FPX before a real fight starts getting going. But look at all the support bans. 4 of the top tier supports being banned out here already. No Ornn, no Gragas, no Nautilus, no Galio. Alistar available. Alistar picked up here for Chansey.
I wonder what support Chao is going to be using here, because so many support has been removed already. We saw the Rakan a while ago on Thunder Talk, did not pan out well, especially because of how squishy it is. And if they pick it up, yes, it's going to be very helpful for team fight, but still is going to be a squishy target for Thunder Talk. And take note, they have 2 massive pokes already. The Shock Blast and the Paddle Star can hurt dearly on Chao. We saw the hover on the Xayah a while ago. They can go with the Lovers Duo. However, if they want to go and be very aggressive in the early game, the Lucian can actually work massively. It looks like they want to go with the Lovers Duo, and they don't hesitate on it as well.
Yeah, Xayah Rakan much stronger if you have them together. And I actually liked it when Chao had Xayah on, because it showed us, the splash art. Yeah, the original splash art. Now they're reversed, and Rakan is looking elsewhere.
It's very creative, to be honest.
Honestly,
by both Kong and Chao picking the. Normally we would see the ADC picking his ADC and the support picking support. It would be much easier as a in the drafting phase, but they really made it just the Rakan picked up person that we would see the template of the splash art.
Yeah, FPX, real homies for that, showing us that that nice little view of the two. So, I'm really excited to see if Thunder Talk can actually mount a comeback here. They have a decently solid composition. especially with their poke strength, they have, not only do they have, you know, the Zoe, they have the Jace, and they have the Zeri, so a lot of long-range damage on the side of Thundertalk, but there's a lot of ways to get into the middle of them on the side of FPX.
And I have to look at Chensi here in this game because he has the biggest responsibility to be able to use the Unbreakable Will quick enough to be able to stop the engage of Chao and not allow him to reach the other members of Thundertalk here because he's the only one who can negate the crowd.
Speaking of Chao, he's already started the grand entrance onto Chensi, already taking him down to half health, and this is kind of the classic FPX that we know. Just even through level 1, just looking for any sort of damage and advantage they can get from the laning phase, trying to push in the other bot lane just so they have a lot of space to, you know, to push in lane, be aggressive, and possibly get a kill.
Yeah, early aggressive plays here by FPX, starting from the laning phase. Actually, from game 1, they have been playing this way as well. 1,447 damage per minute by Kong, and it was very, very aggressive a while ago.
Yeah, incredibly so. I mean, from the get-go, I mean, he was landing those shots left, right, center, and you know, even though he wasn't the MVP, he still did a lot of work for the team there. And FPX, man, if they keep this trend going, if they can stifle Thundertalk's macro, if they can keep them unfed, this could just be the 4-1 in favor of FPX, man. I gotta remind you guys that they took down Trace Esports already. And now, Thundertalk, they're on the chopping block.
They're on the chopping block. They have their back against the wall. Everything is on the line for Thundertalk. They have been deprived so much by FPX and was read like a book by FPX as well. And this is, again, I just have to commend the FPX so far here in the series. For the past 2 series that we have seen them as well, they have been very methodical. And they have improved exponentially as well. And we came into the series thinking that maybe Thundertalk is going to be finally stopping the onslaught of FPX, but so far we were so wrong.
We were, but it does look like maybe Thundertalk want to do a little bit of aggression themselves, putting XBY up here. Because, you know, Don128 does not have his ultimate yet. He is level 4. Now XBY coming in, but Shingdao 7's there as well, but also out of shadows, and then he gets the first blood! Wow, when did he get level 5? And now XBY is in danger, but he's able to flash out into tower range. First blood once again to FPX.
Quick retaliation coming in from Shingdao 7, immediately punishing the overextension there by XBY and Shin in the top lane. Bottom lane as well. Oh man, it's not a great start by Thundertalk right off the bat.
What an amazing start for FPX with Shingdao 7 already grabbing that first blood for himself. This does mean that he's going to be such an effective later on.
Look into this replay and see again just the perfect timing. Shin already overcommitted towards that fight. Was actually able to deal quite a bit of damage, but took a lot of damage as well. That helped FPX this time get a bit of a gold lead from the start of the game, and I know this is a scaling composition. Every single champ that they have picked up is determined to scale later towards the late game, and Thundertalk is the one that actually has a bit of a time bomb here, a ticking time bomb.
Yeah, because honestly, Jason Zoe do scale pretty well. There's a little bit of an attempt here by Changxi, but not quite what he wanted there out of the lovers duo here in the bot lane. But yeah, I mean, the scaling is going to be pretty horrible to deal with, but Sky FL already. Oh, he got one at the very least, but it's still a 1-for-1 XBY now. It's a jungler's battle here, and XBY is on the wrong side of the lane, so Shingdao 7 just casually going to take him down with a spin of his blade. Another 2 kills for FPX for 1 for Thundertalk.
Yeah, 3-1 is the score right now. FPS getting so much advantage in the early game. They're not stopping at all. They're not stepping on the brake. They keep stepping on the gas pedal here against Thundertalk, especially because of how great they are in the macro and micro play. Thundertalk, very uncharacteristic, is making a lot of miscalculations here, and it's constantly being punished here by FPX.
Yeah, I mean, the pressure must be getting to them, because this is not the Thundertalk that we have been seeing throughout the group stages. this is just a different team basically. I don't know, because FPX, it seems like they have the playoffs buff. Maybe, you know, the pressure getting to Thunder Talk is kind of nerfing them a little bit.
Black Cleaver picked up, Ruby Crystal as well. Boots not yet completed by BO7, but it's still okay. This is already a massive lead by the Hecarim compared to XY on the Jace. And this Jace will fall off a little bit.
Just a little bit, but he still will hurt with those accelerated shock blasts. Now, once again, FPX really prioritizing that Herald because that, you know, that gives him so much more tempo. But Changxi may have bitten off a tiny bit more than he could chew. There is the Sleepy Trouble bubble onto Kong, but he was able to avoid it with his Feather Storm. But there's Hellstorm Showers onto 3. This is going to be a big fight, and Changxi's the first one in. But no steal coming in. There is a first kill, though, and Thunder Talk, they may be able to get the win here, but their health bars are getting lower, so they will just walk away with 2 kills while giving away the Rift Herald to FPX.
Yeah, it's actually a great maneuver by Thunder Talk, focusing on the damage for team fight, as FPX did try extensively to take the Rift Herald down. So right now, they're able to at least reverse the gold differential here towards their side this time around. They can still take the scaling objective here, which is the Mountain Dragon, which will help them later on resist some of the damage here of FPX.
Yeah, just a little bit. Xiao making his way in, but not really challenging. Xingdao7 is there. Great knockup onto Changxi. Has to flash out. So that is just the pressure being thrown on by that Rakan. But now, Shin don't think he really wants to go up against Kong at the moment. So we'll call it a wash. FPX still have that gold lead because they used Shelly in that mid lane, get the first tower of the game. And man, I gotta commend this. Still, Xingdao7, his timing and his macro seems to be so much better right now than Xbox.
Yeah, we're seeing a new and evolved version here of FPX. Also, so confident of SkyFL. Just auto-attacking the tower a while ago as the Rift Herald was preparing for the charge. And that kind of allowed the FPX to take the tower down into the mid lane. And it's a massive lead that they're getting right now here in the position around the map.
Whoa.
See, that's a lot.
Yeah, if he didn't Sleepy Trouble bubble that Vladimir, that would have been a very dead Zoe, because that was, you know, one more transfusion away from a kill, basically, because that Hemoplate does hurt quite a bit. So saved himself there, but you know, how long is that going to last? This Vladimir is going to scale up to be an absolute monster later on as well.
Yeah, this composition of FPX is going to be monstrous in the late game. The only way for Thunder Talk to win in this game is to poke them down, cripple them down before a team fight commences, and that has to be the name of the game here of Thunder Talk. A visit by Z in the bottom lane. No paddle stars would have connected.
Yeah, but he is going to be going in with the quickness and the grad entrance, but there is the isolation onto Kong. Z just took him down on his own. So that is a couple of kills for Thunder Talk and a tower, so they will be at least trading 1 kill at the top or 2 in the bottom. Tower trade as well coming in the top for the bottom. It is all kind of even, but it does look like Thunder Talk is forcing this tier 2 as well, so they will be grabbing a lot of value down in the bot lane.
Yeah, big value by Thunder Talk, and it all started with Xiao as well overcommitting.
Oh! SkyFL may actually just get the kill on the soil, but it's a little bit too slow to catch up with this area. He forces the flash though, so at least there is 1 force there.
Yeah, we see the replay in the top lane actually instead, and it's just a great engage coming in from FPX. Shin tried to stall out, has dominance, but unable to fully sustain himself. Another fight!
Yep, once again, always fighting. Xiao just barely getting out with his life. There's the onslaught of Xiao, trying to isolate Shin at the very least, but he just barely manages to get out. No, the Aatrox, Don128 will be taking his life. There's a tower for FPX as well, so they are just wrestling for the lead right now. Very, very slightly in terms of FPX.
Yeah, and take note that FPX, Don128, used Aatrox in the last game they had against Trace Esports yesterday, and they had an MVP performance in that very game as well. And right now, it's looking really good on his side. Black Cleaver, Bramble Vest as well has been picked up. And the Kindle Gem as well on his side. Xingdao7 still is on top of the charts here in terms of gold. especially because of how much resources he has acquired with the 2 kills he has picked up early into the game and the towers he has taken down with the Rift Herald. It is helping FPX so much get better positions in the team fight. Also with the goal that they have acquired, Infinity Orb picked up already by the Vladimir. Going later on, if he picks up something like a Rabadon set cup later on, it's just GG, well played.
I mean, it will be unless, of course, the Zoe can land that key piece to CC, the Sleepy Trouble Bubble onto a member of FPX, because that is really the danger with Zoe. She can Sleepy Trouble Bubble you from a mile away, won't even be on your screen, you just have to be able to react. The Paddle Star as well is something that is going to hurt a lot if it hits, but it does look like Chow doing a little bit of damage there, and getting damage himself. As you can see though, Z is just looking, fishing for that Sleepy Trouble Bubble onto Kong again and again, but man, Shinga 7 is in there, so is Shang-Chi. It's going to be a dragon fight here. Oh, that is huge. That's Sleepy Trouble Bubble onto Chow. That may prevent him from going for a big engage here. So Z, oh my god, the Sleepy Trouble Bubble once again. That should be it. That should be the disengage coming in from FPX. They can't fight this anymore, so they will just be giving away that Infernal Drake.
It is the name of the game here of Thunder Talk. Pokes to cripple down the members of FPX. Yes, they are a big titan, but if they lose their footing, they can fall down.
Yeah, and considering the fact that there's a tiny gold lead, Thunder Talk the stats to manage, but that is a huge grand entrance. There's the turn. The Zoe's down already. They're looking for more, and the Zeri's gone. Now Dawn wants to wait. He's got the World Ender. He's popped it. Shin is incredibly low. Chance he's on the run, but will this cow be able to run away from the world-ending Aatrox, the Darkened Blade himself? That's 3 kills. As X-By has to run away. He gets flashed on. Dawn 128 looking for one more. Yes, he'll get it. That's a 4 for, well, almost 1, but not quite.
Still alive.
That's good. He's still alive. The Unbreakable Will keeps Shang-Chi from going down as well. But what a team fight from FPX.
Yeah, Thunder Talk basically won the fight a while ago in the Dragon fight. However, FPX found an opportunity into the mid lane, did not hesitate at all, and massively won a team fight that allowed them to take the tower into the mid lane as well. This is exactly why you should always respect FPX. Because if they find an opportunity, if they find an opening, they will take it without hesitation, and you will regret it.
Yeah, they rode it all the way there, but check out that replay. Look at how the fight was split up later.
Yeah, you mentioned the engage of Chow, and he was extravagant. Fabulous here in this fight. 3 charms connected onto the members of Thunder Talk. X-By was actually able to deal quite a bit of damage, stops the damage of the Vladimir as well. It's not enough to fully stop FPX on their onslaught. They still were able to pick up 4 kills and a tower as well in the mid lane, just in exchange for their mid laner. Sky is the only one that fell down there.
I would say Worth, man. I would say Worth, because that puts so much pressure now onto Thunder Talk. With you know, they have to be super careful that that doesn't happen again, because Z just was instantly out of the fight and wasn't able to, you know, do his game plan and do the damage that he needed with the Battle Stars, the CP Trouble Bubble. So, you know, if that happens again, it is basically going to be GG for Thunder Talk, because Z is, you know, one of the biggest damage dealers for Thunder Talk other than Deseri.
Let's see. Thunder Talk still resisting though. They have the pokes, they have the damage from X-By and Z. And Soil is still being given a platform to free hit from the backside. You can never discount Thunder Talk. They have been able to clutch out games time and time again. They have been struggling this series, yes. But is this still very possible for Thunder Talk to come back from? Ooh. Yes, as well.
That is honestly a good bit of damage from the Zoe, even though, you know, it's not what you kind of expect from Zoe at this point in the game. You would expect her to do at least 20-30% more damage. But unfortunately, Z has just been getting targeted again and again. So, you know, it gets so difficult for him to look for these threads that he needs on this Palisar, the Sleepy Trouble Bubble. Meanwhile, FPX are just very confident in going around their jungle, although they are giving so much respect.
Oh, that hurts!
That's a lot of damage onto Chow from the Sleepy Trouble Bubble.
Yeah, Shock Blast as well, connecting onto Kong again. Similar to how they were able to get so much space in the bottom side river, they're doing it as well in top side one. Dawn128 has been spotted in a ward a while ago in the top side as well. They were able to take tower down in the mid lane. Slowly but surely, Thunder Talk is recovering.
Yeah, we saw in the first game, right? Thunder Talk was able to turn a losing situation around, so never discount them. Because, you know, if you underestimate them, that is a first part-tier downfall, because then you'll start being a little bit more aggressive, make more mistakes, especially since FPX is one of those teams that love setting up these skirmishes, so they need to be still respectful and very careful of where they're stepping, just in case there is a Zoe around. There's a CP
Guy?
Ooh, see, look for something. He is the one who gets knocked up. Does not go for the Unbreakable Will, but already on.
Oh no, mid lane!
Isolating Z! And the Zoe is once again gone for the fight at the very start. And this is going to be the big engagement from FPX. They're looking for more. Shin has been routed. Soil is incredibly low, and Soil is getting chased down. Soil is gone, and X buys the next target. That is the Hemo Plate taking him down, and that is 3-4-0. So clean coming in from FPX, and they've taken that tier 2. They're looking for the in-hit towers now.
Yeah, Shin and Chansey has to defend.
Can they even defend? Because now Shin, he's gone golden. There's no tower to defend him, and he's in the middle of 4 people. I don't care how fed you are. There's the Nexus. It still has that shield. Changxi versus 4. He gets the knock upon the 3, but he's got no ult. Is this going to be it? They're just gonna tear through the Nexus shielding, and they're gonna go for the safe play. They take the second in him, but they're just gonna focus on the Nexus now. What is he gonna do? Absolutely nothing. It's going to be FPX going to your lower bracket finals.
After not qualifying last season, they do this time around and take on one of the best teams right now in this Conference in the world. Thunder Talk has been served with a 4-1 dominating game by FPX, similar to how they did it again towards Race Esports yesterday. And FPX continues to prove that they are going to be the one that will go towards the next part here in this tournament, which is the lower bracket final that you mentioned a while ago. And they're just gonna be waiting to whoever is gonna be dropping down there from the mashup. Keepest Gaming in EDG as well. Man, this is again just another upset that they have handed over towards Thunder Talk this time around. Trace Esports was taken down massively, top 2 in the regular season and top 1 in the regular season.
Oh man, what is FPX? They are kind of the mini EDG now, because EDG in the group stages, you know, we call them the Titan Slayers towards the later parts of the season, because they were the ones who took down Trace Esports and Thunder Talk, who were the top dogs at the time. And now FPX did the same. They took out Trace Esports yesterday, Thunder Talk today. The playoffs buff is just too real, and if it is going to be EDG who meet them in the lower bracket finals, I am going to be so excited for that match, because you know, it's like the meeting of an unstoppable force and an immovable object here. But so far, FPX look to be an unstoppable playoffs force.
Absolutely, they are a force to be reckoned with. FPX, man, the Dark Horses are doing it. And similar to yesterday, this is why I said this statement a while ago. Dawn128 picked the Aatrox in the last game of their match against Trace Esports. They won that in a 4-1. They did it again, this time against Thunder Talk. And look at the score of Dawn128, 5-0. No deaths at all, and a massive performance as well. Demonstration of why he is one of the best banner laners here right now of FPX has ever acquired, and BO7 as well. Just enabling the early game for FPX. This is one of the reasons why Thunder Talk wasn't able to fully utilize their pokes, because they're too down in terms of economy. Even if they have secured a couple of objectives, was able to get 2 of the dragons, 2 of the 3 dragons, it doesn't even matter, because again, the team fighting is just so pure from FPX.
Yes, the micro was absolutely insane, and Chao being the MVP for his engages. That Rakan was just insane, man. And even though it was Dawn128 with a big scoreline 5-0-9, he was enabled by all of the big quickness grant entrance plays that we saw from Chao. Basically, he was the reason that Z didn't exist in those last 2 team fights, because he got caught by that Rakan.
Yeah, 3-man engage by Chow with the quickness into the grand entrance, and Flash even invested a while ago in some of the buys just to fully utilize the charm of this Rakan. And FPX, man, we keep saying that, yeah, this is a team that definitely struggled. This is a team that has been quite too aggressive at times, but they learned to really hold back. They learned to control their aggression. They learned to focus on scaling. We have seen such an incredible exponential improvement by FPX, and this is one of the reasons why I was so hyped to see the series, because Thunder Talk is a team that really has been doing a lot of work, especially coming from the regular season. They came so close last season as well. The big hindrance of them before was Keepas Gaming, but this time it's FPX that shut them down here in the qualifiers for the finals. And unfortunately, we are going to be bidding goodbye to Thunder Talk.
Yeah, they were the strongest team in the group stages, but when it came down to it, FPX was practicing for the long game. They were practicing for the playoffs, and that is what they showed here. Their preparation really came through right now. 4-1, and really FPX, they had the hardest time during this playoffs against Weibo Gaming for some reason. They went all the way 4-3, but Trace Esports, they only won one game. Thunder Talk, they only won one game. FPX is just on a different level for the playoffs, man, and I cannot wait to see whether it's KBG or EDG who goes up against them in the lower semis.
Oh yeah,
lower finals.
This is going to be insane, and that's going to be happening tomorrow as well. Oh, hold your horses, everybody. The game, all the excitement, all the upsets, all the surprises are not done just yet. Tomorrow, we're gonna be seeing Edward Gaming, the Titan Slayers, the God Slayers, and the Transcended Gods themselves battle against the former champions of Wild Rift League Asia Season 1. Any final words, G10, before we head off?
So it is the gods basically that are going up against the God Slayers tomorrow. That is something that I cannot wait for. But for today, FPX had a very, I mean, they weren't favorites. Even the crowd thought, you know, that Thunder Talk was slightly more likely to win, but everybody was proved wrong. FPX just absolutely slayed. They dominated. And this team, I feel, is going to go very, very far if they get to, you know, that grand finals. I can't wait to see what they're able to pull off.
Yeah, and it has been an incredible day for us as well. Thank you so much for shoutcasting alongside with me. It's an incredible journey into CN Confidence. And tomorrow, we're going towards EDG versus Keepas Gaming. Tonight, it's gonna be a good night. See you tomorrow.